The show. Spider with a Y?
Spider
I
with a
don't I
Y.
don't know.
All right, here we go. First giveaway.
I guess it is depending on where you're
Going
at,
up and running.
if it's still morning. So,
Yeah. Turn it down.
just a little bit. It's in my ear.
Okay.
I just woke up. Well, you're on the West Coast. That makes sense. If I was on the West Coast, I would have just woken up. Although I was up at like 6 o'clock this morning. So I can't shut my
Part of sleeping.
timer off when I'm my like internal timer because I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So my
Yeah.
brain's like, you're supposed to be up at this point, so you might as well get moving.
Yep. So if you're new here, we post on Instagram and Facebook what we're gonna run, and we let you guys pick what you want run.
Mhm.
So that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, today is you chose what we're running at a 10% discount. Past that, I want the chat to be live today.
Chatty.
Chatty, please. Ask questions about pins. Don't ask everything right now. Like right now, I have stuff to talk about now because we got to talk about the pin events and all that stuff. But if you have questions when we get into the show, ask your questions.
Yes.
Space it out.
I spent some time this morning putting some expensive pins in the buy it now. So if you go into the little shop button, that's the little house. Well, actually, it's not a house anymore. It's a shop. Click on that. You can look at the buy now section. We have pins in there that are for instant purchase. There's also pins in there that are grail pins. Those have offers turned off. So you can't make an offer on that. If you don't buy it from the buy it now, it's going to go to a pin event with us.
Hmm.
And the next one we're going to is our pin event July 5th. So whatever you guys don't buy, that's coming to trade and you might not see it again. The good thing about the um, high grail price pins being in the bin is you can actually set up payment plans through Klarna or Affirm. I'm still going to ship it out to you tomorrow, but you can go through a payment plan through either Klarna or Affirm, and you'll have it instantly when I ship it to you. So it's always a good option. But there's other pins in there as well. They do have offers turned on. We want you guys to get a good deal, so make sure you click on it, see if offers are turned on, and you can make an offer. I'm going to accept any offer that comes through. So yeah.
This is Julie.
And hi, I'm
I
Julie.
don't know if Julie introduced herself
Julie.
properly, but yeah. So the good news is that I am got everything pulled. I got everything situated for this. I priced a ton of pins yesterday for new stuff that you guys haven't even seen pictures of. I put together dollar start boards for Tuesday. Julie, I'm going to call it right now. These are the greatest dollar start boards we've probably ever done.
Ever done?
Ever done.
Awesome.
There is ridiculous stuff on there that is just ridiculous.
Very cool.
That's saying a lot. I think people don't realize when I say dollar start boards here at Figment Guy Pins, the internet shakes in fear.
No.
But yeah, it's probably the greatest dollar start boards I've ever put together.
Yes.
And that's just a little chunk of it.
Thanks,
Um,
Dream. Thank you.
but yeah, that's the tiniest little bit of it. Are they clear the board worthy? No, we're not going to clear the boards on these. I've adopted a strategy for dollar starts. We will be doing some like regular stuff, and then when all the riffraff leaves, we do a little bit of chaos. If you guys don't know what chaos is, you want to stick around for chaos. Chaos is always fun. But yeah, no, I have the boards are all set for Tuesday, literally, and I'll actually post pictures for you guys ahead of Tuesday, just so you can kind of see it. You guys pulled 120 pins today.
Nice.
I mean, that's a good
great.
start. I also grabbed this because this came in a collection, and I don't think I've ever seen it before. I've seen bits and pieces of this, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Before you show it really fast,
Oh,
35 seconds to get in on the first giveaway. If you do win one of the first giveaways before making a purchase, we pay your shipping. So
yes,
that's why we do three right off the bat for you guys.
because if three different people win, that could be three people that get shipping for free. Just so you know.
Absolutely. So
And like again, happy Father's Day.
yeah, happy
So
Father's Day.
this is the first anniversary of the Disney store. So you guys remember how old the Disney store is. So this pin set, really cool set. I've never seen this together. But the good news is we're gonna do dollar start on this today. You get to pick what pin you want. Mickey pin's gigantic.
I guess it's Japan.
Japan.
All right.
If I read the bottom, I would see
You
that
would
it said
see it,
Japan.
maybe, yeah.
So yeah.
JR Cruise, congrats, you got the first giveaway.
But yeah, so that is a thing that's from 2001. So it's a 24-year-old pin set that we're going to break
We're
open.
gonna break up,
Mhm.
and you're gonna get to choose one pin off of it.
But we'll do dollar starts on that.
Dollar.
That will come up in a little bit. Past that, you guys pulled a whole bunch of interesting stuff. 10% discount on everything we're doing today. I've already pretty much, with what I've priced, I've got next Friday and Sunday ready to go. I just got to actually line the pins up for you guys and take the pictures. That's
Mhm.
pretty much what I got to do.
And
And
if
I
they're new, like if they've never shopped with Figment
Mhm.
Guide pins, just explain how our process works.
So number one, which welcome. I'm Rich. That's Julie. You're going to basically be bidding today. So a lot of what you're doing is it is an auction, it is a live stream, it is a live auction. It is like eBay, but
Better.
better. Um, so number one thing I'll say is you're bidding at the bottom. If you are winning a bid, don't outbid yourself. If you're winning, stop. Stop. Hold on. If you think you need to bid and you're winning the auction, just do this. No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You'll be able to see your name, so you'll know if you're in the lead. You just
Yes.
don't want to keep bidding.
You don't bid in the chat. There's a little swipe button. You'll have a little swipe button at the bottom.
Yeah.
If you do not, I have other buttons.
Shipping's combined, so any purchase you make today, it's based on weight, and it will all be sent together, and it will go up based on weight. So
Yes. So you'll actually see, like, if you go click down at the bottom, you'll basically, once it comes up, you'll see what your shipping is. So it may say after you buy your first item, it may say $0
yep.
shipping after the next like 3 or 4 auctions because you have to win a certain amount to get to the next weight level.
Hmm.
So that's the nice thing about it. It's all based upon your weight. It's not based upon items bought. When we first started on
Oh,
here,
it was,
it
yeah.
was per item, and it was like it
I think
was.
was it 25 or 50 cents?
They kept adding 50 cents on after
Something
the
like
initial charge,
yeah.
and they quickly 25
25.
crashes says
Yeah, that's
they
what I
quickly
thought.
found out that they didn't need to do that. So
Right. This
pins,
pin says free shipping, but whatnot is wanting to charge me for shipping. What pin says free
no
shipping?
pin should be free shipping.
When you first start, you're gonna pay that first initial shipping.
Mhm.
The only time you're not is if you win a giveaway right at the beginning. That's what we mentioned. So if
Yeah,
you're a winner of a
you
giveaway
have to win the giveaway. If you're not
and
winning
you
a
didn't
giveaway,
make a
if you make a
purchase,
purchase and then win a giveaway, you're paying for shipping.
right,
That's
right.
how it. That's kind of how it goes.
Yes.
With that, Mission Space says $20 taxes and free shipping.
Yes. And free shipping.
Mm.
Shouldn't be.
Unless you want a giveaway or you already purchased an item. Did you
Yeah.
already purchase an item in the buy it now? That's the first question.
Right. That could do it too.
If that's it, then yes, you
Then yes.
probably would have free shipping.
Right. But what I wanted you to get at
Mhm.
specifically was how they're going to be able to participate in future shows because you post on certain things.
So,
How we work it,
that's
we
our
do it a
so
little
it's our
differently than
social it's our social media stuff. So basically, I'll flip it over so we can talk about social media then. So on the group Pin Trading Disney, which we hit a milestone this week, 98,000 members. We are about nine was 1,900 members away from 2,000 or 100,000, 2,000, 100,000 people. So I post in two places. I post in Pin Trading Disney and I post on my Instagram. And you will get to pick the pins that we are basically running. I take the pictures, you basically circle it at a discount, and then we kind of go from there. We haven't done show and sell in a little bit.
we're
Um,
on our second giveaway. We're going to do one more giveaway and then we'll start the show and actually do the auctions. Were you pulling the pins? Did you remember to look at Instagram to pull people's requests?
I pulled everything from everywhere.
Everything. Okay. So
If I commented that I pulled your stuff, it's pulled.
Okay.
If you put it in like 2 seconds ago while we started the show, I
They
did not
can't
pull
see
your
it.
stuff. I can't see it.
So basically, Samantha, if there was something that you wanted pulled that didn't get pulled today, you can always shout it out in the chat. We'll try to grab it from
I have the
what's
buckets sitting next to
they
me,
all
so
are right next to Richard. So it's convenient for him to get to.
I literally
But
would.
if he commented on your post or on your message, then that he pulled it, it will be in the show.
Do you ever auction surprise packs? No, number one, we don't like to really do mystery packs. We will do trader packs for the parks with all authentic pins,
Mhm.
but those, as of right now, we do not have any made up.
Yeah, sold out right now. Shark Ghost, congratulations, you got this second giveaway.
Okay, so now we'll go into the third giveaway, which
Third
is
giveaway.
normally when I talk about social media. So let's talk about social media. So,
Hello.
Pin Trading Disney, the best Facebook pin group that there is. Instagram, I am the Figment guy. On Instagram, Julie is the Figment guy's wife. On TikTok, I am the Figment guy. On YouTube, I am the Figment guy. And Trusted Seller on Pin Picks, Figment guy. So, pin events. We have a whole bunch of Fast and Furious stuff we got to talk about before we kind of get into the craziness of the show, because pin events, we got some major information and updates that came through when we were talking. I went to GoPin Pro shop yesterday and I
Mhm.
was talking with the girls and they shared some information with us. And so we got some stuff we got to talk about. So, but first, July 5th is our next pin event here in Orlando. It is absolutely free to attend. It's absolutely free to park. We do not charge you to come to a Figment Guy pin event. If people are charging you for for any sort of pin event, that's on them. Um, Cannot get this done without our featured vendors. They help us keep it free for you. Thanos is right pins, Kenny pins, pin pinning magic, pin pinning ghost,
Pinning Ghost.
pinning magic, pins collecting, and fins and pins. Those are our featured vendors. They're all sellers here on Whatnot, and they've all been good to us. July 5th is our next pin event. But then, if you can't be at that one, September 6th and November 8th are our next two pin events that are Figment Guy pin events. What other pin events do we have? Well, with Pinpix and with GoPin Pro, we have a Destination D23 pin trading finale event. That is August 31st. That is our first nighttime event. That is additionally free, free edition, free admission, free
You got
parking, 5 to 11 p.m. So basically, it's the first time we've ever done a night event. It is at where we normally host our pin events at. So great sponsorship there with them. That event is vendor table sold out.
Yes.
There are no vendor tables left for that.
You can
You
still
can
get on the wait list.
get on a wait list, but there are no vendor tables whatsoever. The 31st is completely sold out. But then Disney on September 20th is having their pin event. On September 21st at the Silver Spurs Arena, a 33,000 square foot arena, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We are doing a gigantic pin event co-hosted with GoPin Pro and sponsored by Whatnot, the app that you're currently on right now. So the best thing I can say about this is, Julie,
Mhm.
and you know the number, but did we sell like 50 tables for this event?
Oh no, we didn't sell 50.
Did we sell 75?
No, we didn't sell 75.
100?
Nope.
125?
Nope.
150?
No.
175?
No, we didn't sell that.
Did we sell 199 tables?
Heck yeah, we
We
did.
sold 199 vendor tables to the biggest event ever in pin trading history. I am so ecstatic.
Yeah.
199 tables. You want to talk about seeing the most pins ever, anywhere? It is worth the trip alone if you did not get tickets to the pin event
Yes.
to come to this event.
And that's not
I'm
including Figment Guy pins tables or GoPin Pro
That's not
tables.
yeah, that's not
That's
including
the sold number for
so
you guys.
that's not including GoPin Pro's pop-up shop.
Uh-huh.
That's not including the 10-foot by 10-foot vendor spaces which we've sold. If you
Yes.
want to guarantee yourself wall space, there is only one way to do it. You must buy a 10-foot by 10-foot vendor space. That's
Yes.
the only way to guarantee yourself any of that right now.
Wah, 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 wah.
Disney Pintopia or Theme Park Pintopia
Yes.
on Instagram, because I noticed that the other day. I just realized that. great for you to come in. Hope you had a great show there.
Yes, we're talking about our big co-hosted event with GoPin Pro,
So
and the fact that we just sold 199 tables for that.
wait, hold on.
So
But wait, there's something more. So Julie,
yeah.
how many people have RSVP'd for this event? Hold on. Was it 100 people have RSVP'd? 200?
Mm-mm.
300?
No,
400?
no,
500?
no.
600?
Keep going.
700?
Keep going.
800?
You're wrong.
900?
Nope.
1,000?
A
A
thousand.
thousand people have RSVP'd to tell us that they are coming to the event. Will this event be good for beginners? This event
It will
is good from if you are brand new to the tippity top of pin trading. It is for
gonna be amazing.
everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I posted the links. If you go on to my, I'll
You can
show you.
RSVP on the link for it. So we'll be reposting it. It should still
It's on
be
my
up.
stories right now. Like,
Julie 9608. Congrats, you got the third giveaway.
we're gonna do a fourth giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Fourth giveaway.
Fourth giveaway. Here we go.
That's crazy.
But yeah, we shared
Hi,
it.
Pin Picks.
We shared it. I think it was after our last show, so it's probably expired from our stories right now.
Mine isn't.
Yours isn't.
I
You've seen it.
reposted
Okay.
yesterday because there
So
are people that are sleeping on getting some tables. I'm not going to throw names out there, but there are people that are sleeping that normally come to the events that are like sleeping on it.
yeah,
It's like it's time.
right.
Like if you are going to get a table, if you're going to split a table with someone, I had a lady reach out to me and said, I have somebody who reached out because I mentioned about splitting a table. I'm going to buy the table. Is it okay if we split the table? 100%.
Yeah.
Like you're the vendor at that table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a fragment.
Yes.
We like to shout at you from the rooftops. We use a goat. It screams at you.
So David,
It's
you got a little
hilarious.
circle up at the top. Click on it. You've got a coupon sitting in there for you. Redeem it.
Yes. So that event is like we GoPin Pro did a story the other day that said it's very close. We are extremely close to where we're gonna have to shut it down.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know that, like, I want to say repost was 6 hours ago, but sign up. So yeah, so yeah, 6 hours ago I reposted it. I think it was early this morning. I when I woke up at 6 a.m. because my brain doesn't shut off ever.
Hmm.
But no, so that is the last time. RSVP if you're looking for a 10-foot by 10-foot spot. That includes two tables, and you can bring shelving, and you can bring lounge fly bags, and you can do a cool setup
Yeah.
within your 10-foot by 10-foot. That's 100 square feet that you get to kind of do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, the people in Cali can come hang out in Disney World.
Yeah.
We're fun over here.
It's
We
going to
have
be a
good times.
huge, huge event. Yeah. Will people attending to trade with vendors need RSVP?
You don't
You
need to.
don't have to. No. It's nice to know if you're coming just so that we have an idea because this is a free event. We have
Mhm.
no way of really keeping a total of how many people show up. So it's nice to know. But believe me, like when I tell you, parking is huge. We've eaten the cost in the amount of the venue space
Mhm.
to pay for your parking. So
I'm
parking will be completely
I'm al-
free.
I'm also trying to work out with the girls where we can go and film some stuff there.
Yeah.
We're talking about that also, where we're trying to find a day, maybe this week or next week, that we can go film some stuff so you guys can see the parking lot,
Yeah.
so you can see,
Where
just
you're
what
going to
it
be
is.
entering,
You know,
how it's going to look. It's going to be awesome.
still doing giveaways at the event. So yes. We're working on that now because with Whatnot coming in, we have some stuff we have to go over and finalize with them. So that's the biggest thing.
Christine, I'll stand at the door with a click counter. That's amazing.
I like that. I like that idea. So basically, we're trying to finalize some things with Whatnot. They're gonna throw in some sponsorship and some giveaways and stuff like that. That's all gonna happen. So we're trying to finalize that. I think the cool thing about it is and this is something we've mentioned before, is we could be doing giveaways on Whatnot.
Yes.
Like it could be one of those things where even if you're not there, you could qualify to win the giveaways at our pin event.
Right.
And if you're there, you could just pick it up.
Hmm.
If not, we would mail it to you. So like there's some craziness that we're talking about that
Hmm.
can you get the Wi-Fi code to the arena? Yes.
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 Also, I do recall when we were talking to the event organizer that they have security at this event. And so they do say that they have a way of tracking who's coming and going.
Mhm.
So I think they can actually
They
give
can
us
see who's like
an
walking in and
amount
out and all that
after the
stuff.
fact. So that would be kind of cool.
A couple other things
And there is
brought up.
food,
There is
yes.
food. The actual arena, like what are they called? The concessions will be
Concession
open.
stands, yeah.
So that will be open, and there's a big concession area they're going to have on the floor also for us.
Yeah.
Also, somebody went and said about 25 minutes from Pop. I will say this: I checked it on Sunday morning when everybody would probably be coming. It's more around 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's because it depends on if you get hit by the stoplights.
Right.
It's not that far, but there are a lot of stoplights like leading up to
It's the
it.
same distance
Mhm.
from our last location that we
Same
had last
exact
year. It's just a
mileage.
different direction.
Yeah, you're going in a different direction,
So,
and it's an arena.
yes.
Last year, give you an example. Last year we sold 158 tables, and the GoPin Pro pop-up shop, and then our tables. But we had sold, I think our tables were included in that 158. So it's 158. But this year we've sold 199 tables, plus probably the 3 to 4 tables we're going to have. So we're talking about, and plus what GoPin Pro is going to have. So we're at about 210 tables.
Jared Beach, congrats!
Where
You
we're
got
at right
that
now.
fourth giveaway. Why
Fourth.
don't you just
One more
flip it
time, I'll
really
flip it
quick?
over.
He's gonna show you. It's the bottom one in black. That is what the event is that we're describing right
That's the
now
one
to
with
you.
GoPin Pro. That's at the arena. We also, like we said, we have the Destination D23 with Pin Picks. Molly was in here. I saw her a minute ago. And then GoPin Pro also. We're co-hosting it with them. And then we're probably going to sign the paperwork on Monday for our Cleveland event
Yes.
for July of 2026. So we're going to sign the paperwork and have that all situated.
This is a big week for us because we are going to be having all of the individual dates for our 2026 events. Those are going to be up for grabs if
Oh,
you
it
want to
would
be
help
a
if I
vendor.
actually
Oh,
flip.
it's in the back.
I forgot we flipped the paper.
So in 2026, we're having monthly events. We have a new location that we're going to. So we've already announced that. That is Holiday Inn Resort, Kissimmee by the Parks is what it's
Good
called.
job.
And it's right across the street from our current location for the rest of this year. So we have our dates. This week is the week that we're going to drop the individual vendor
Yeah. So you'll
spots.
be able to buy
So
individual tables at that point.
I know that was a big deal for a lot of people. So that's going to be happening this week. We're going to be signing for our Ohio event that's in July of
Mhm.
2026. We haven't announced the date yet. We know the date,
Mhm.
but we want to wait. So as soon as we sign that contract, we're going to go ahead and let you guys know. And you'll have the opportunity that if you're local to Ohio or if you're traveling in for it, you can actually sign up and buy your tables for that event as well. So hopefully that'll pan out this week too. But for sure, we're going to share the individual 2026 events.
So I will.
It's pretty exciting.
I'm
So
gonna
much
go with a
happening.
little strategy today, and I want you guys to understand the strategy. What we're gonna do.
I'm going to probably work on that, Jeff.
I am going to start showing stuff. And Happy Father's Day again to
Yes,
everyone out
happy
there.
Father's Day. Thanks
I'm a
for hanging
father.
out with us. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
My
I
father's in
appreciate.
the room too.
Yeah, he's
Happy
over
Father's
there.
Day.
So we're gonna try something out with what we're doing. If the pin is over $100, I'm gonna try to run it first. So I'm gonna start pulling from the buckets, and I'm gonna start pulling anything that's over $100 to get you guys going, and then we'll jump into as everything else that was pulled, and then maybe we'll do a little chaos. We have the dollar start board that we're gonna do. So let's get going.
Let's go. So if you're new here, you're not going to be hitting the button when it comes up to make a bid. You swipe right. If you're on a device, you're going to be swiping right, but pay attention. Don't keep swiping it. Swipe once and then wait to see if you're in the lead because you can outbid yourself and we don't want that to happen.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, Jack DEC stamp, limited edition of only 250. 145. We're gonna go ahead and run that for 130 bucks.
There we go.
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline this week. It's gonna be a fun week. I cannot wait for this week.
If you guys do want flyers for something, you can reach out to
Ivans,
me.
congrats.
just reach out to me, and then I'll get you like a better copy so you can save it.
Limited edition of 300 Hades off the page. $90 start.
There you go. And then I will be making a calendar with every event for next year, including the Ohio events. I'll list it. So those probably won't be out anytime really soon, but in the
Congratulations,
next
Morgan.
few months.
Oh, here we go. Here's a Graily Grail, Julie. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So, are we Team Adam or are we Team Beast? I think we discussed this the last
I
time.
think we all decided we're Team Beast.
Limited edition of 300 Reflection series. I hope they make more of these because I think there's a lot more characters they could definitely dive into.
Flip it over. Let's be Team Beast.
Let me Team Beast. There we go. You can put the pin any way that you want to. It is a limited edition 300. It is $300. We're gonna run it for 270 bucks, which is a steal.
There we go. I like that better. I like that he's looking down at Adam.
Dang.
I love it. And the fact that you can put it on your pin board any way you want to. Trev, good grab.
There you
And
go.
you hit fragments here. Scream the goat, Richard. Scream
Oh,
the goat.
oh, here we go. Where's my Merida people at? Merida limited edition of 250. I love this series. It was the spring wreath series with flowers, gorgeous. Normally 300. We're gonna run it at $270.
Yes, WDI pins are still being made.
Oh yeah, I love WDI pins.
They're gorgeous.
Oh, we got the first one of the day. Hopefully the last one of the day. Limited edition of 600. Pin Trading Carnival Graily Grail. $200 normally. We're gonna run that for 180 bucks.
Gorgeous. Such a big backer card.
Yes.
This
Nobody
is the
pulled
same series as your Figment.
nobody
one,
pulled
right?
the Figment.
Wow.
The Figment is such a Graily Grail,
Yeah.
right? Nobody pulled it.
Yep, for real. Congrats, Just Goblin.
Yes, Goblin. Congrats coming to you. Limited edition of 300 Dumbo. Disney
Aw,
shopping. He is adorable. Normally a hundred, we're gonna run him at 90 bucks.
how cute. There it goes.
So like I said, I am running the stuff that is like $100 um or more at the start of the show just to kind of get through it. And then we'll get into everything as you guys pulled it.
Ooh, congratulations, Jarek Beach. And you actually won one of the giveaways, so your shipping should have been on us for that. So congrats.
We got the paint jar series. They call it something colorful. I literally need to look and see what the actual name of it is. I just call it the paint jar series because it's literally paint jars. Hera from the paint jar series. She's a limited edition 400. So if you're new here and I say limited edition 400, there's only 400 of this set that exist. Of this pin exactly that exists. So it's gonna be $90 on Hera.
90.
I'm actually going to run a couple of paint jars that are just under the $100 mark, but I'll run those next also.
So, Kachow, we heard that the Wave A's were going to be re-released around July.
Hmm.
But that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure now that they've announced Wave B is coming. If they're going to postpone it so that people don't get confused, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
You got to have some birdies talk in your ear, Richard.
Tina Khan, congratulations. The my little birdie released 10 pins. One of my little birdies released 10 pins at a pin event coming up
Yeah.
and put way too much stress on me and probably aged me an extra 10 years in the matter of 2 months. So I will go ahead and I will hold off on that for a minute because every time I talk to her about becoming Figment complete,
She's
she
like,
releases something else.
witch laughs at you.
Seriously. She says it's my favorite running gag in the whole entire pin community right now, that it's my fault. Cogsworth limited edition 400, same series, something colorful, blah blah blah, color something magic. Crush, etc.
Color Shades of Magic.
There you color shades of magic. There you go.
That's
Oh, Jess is the best. 80 normally. We're gonna go ahead and run that at 72 bucks.
there we go.
That's funny.
Becca said some people said Wave A won't be a re-release. I think that's wrong. I think that they will eventually come back out because they always do. Look at how many of the series ahead of them are still out
I'll be
and
honest.
available.
If it doesn't re-release, what's gonna end up happening?
Macy Pins, congrats.
If it doesn't re-release,
Everything's gonna go up in price.
everything's gonna go up in price and it's gonna shoot up ridiculously.
Yeah,
Especially like those Walt Disney World Ds will probably shoot up like the Disneyland Ds did.
right. Yeah.
Limited edition 400. It's the Dyna ink paint jar. $70 normally. We're gonna run her at 63 bucks.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's all going to go up in price if it doesn't come back. But
Hmm.
I don't believe it. I think it'll come back because currently I think we have the 2 years prior to it still sitting on the shelves.
Yep.
So they go away for a little bit and then they come back. I just don't know how they're going to do it if Wave B's coming out. But some people are saying it's going to be every pin you take. Congratulations. Go ahead.
Yep. So we got the Jock, Cuscus and Jock, limited edition of 400. That's going to be a $63 start.
But some people are spreading the rumor that the Wave B is coming out in the summertime. But I was
And Disney's
actually
going to do the same thing that
listen,
they did
listen.
before.
I was
Yeah.
at the event and I was standing there when the cast member said in the fall. The fall
Tina
is
Khan?
not summer.
No.
So
Fall is not summer,
I'm gonna
but
go with what the cast member said and go with fall.
some they could be right though, Julie. What if they start releasing like they did before and they release two sets at a time on the boards
Yeah,
for a month and then the next month and then the next month?
exactly.
It would go into the fall. I could see that happening. That would make more sense.
Right.
Tinkerbell jar, limited edition 400, 80 normally we're going to run that at 72 bucks.
But I think it would cause mass confusion and I think it would sell out those bags yet again if they release Wave B on the cast lanyards and then bring back those packs in the park.
Did Tina win this or did it run?
No, it did not run.
Okay, I just want to
What
make
price
sure.
was it?
72. I was like, I don't
Try
think it.
that
I
again.
was like, I don't think it
There it
ran.
goes.
There we go.
Didn't go the first time. But yeah, I don't know. I think that would cause too much chaos, you know.
Yeah, I could definitely see where they would maybe do one more refresh of those bags.
Hmm.
But once the new ones come out, those bags that everyone's clamoring for right now, no one's gonna care about.
Yeah.
Like that literally will happen. Congratulations, Mel.
Yeah, but all those pins are great though.
Oh,
We saw them.
I
They're
agree.
great. The ones that are coming out too, spectacular.
Limited edition of 250. It's the Darla stamp from the Pixar stamps. She's gonna be 72 bucks also.
72. There we go.
And then I'll be honest, you guys went crazy over these mother's pins from Shanghai. Like you guys, like, I had more people circle those pins than I think have circled any pins like since we've been doing this. Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Tina. The what do they call these? Chubi? Is that what it is? It's like the anime style or whatever. I think it's Chubi style is what they call it. Chibi. It's Chibi. I don't know why I said Chibi. Limited edition 400 Gaston. These are WDI also. 80 normally. We're going to run that at 72.
In order to like price pins, we use eBay sold listings, but not auction sold, just regular solds.
And a lot of times we do
Um,
have to go to Worth Point also.
Sometimes,
Mhm.
yeah, there's a paid prescription you can get that shows you things that are older that are harder to price.
MN Disney Mom, congrats.
So we use that as well. But you can also Google Lens at times, and that will bring up a whole list of prices all at the same screen. That's sometimes helpful too.
Hades, Pain and Panic. These are these called amphoras?
Yes, you did
Amphoras.
it.
How did I pull that
You
out of my
did
head? It's not a vase. It's not a vase. It's an amphora. $80 normally. Limited edition of 250. I love this pin. 72 bucks.
it. And Thor and Fancy are doing good. Fancy's actually chilling out, sleeping in the window right
I'll show
next to
Fancy in this. I'll after this one ends, I'll show
I think
Fancy.
Thor's hanging out with the kids though. So do you think they'll do more stamps?
Yes, I do believe they'll do more stamps. And unfortunately, I think we're gonna hit with that at the D23 Destination D23, a new set of stamps.
No
If my little birdie is telling me the correct information.
Preview of stamps?
Not
No?
DEC.
Okay.
DEC, we did not.
So I thought I'd see.
Fancy.
Fancy pants.
She's sleeping.
She's been laying there for probably about an hour now.
When's the catalog coming out? You might see something either end of this week or beginning of next week. I'll just say that.
Hey, Fancy, they're all going.
What stamps would I want to see?
She flicked her tail for you guys.
Oh,
you guys.
She's tucking in. So I'll say this. I don't want to see park related stamps because I'm not going to D23.
You don't want Figment to show up.
I don't want Figment to show up. But if that would have been a thing, I think I might have heard something about it because they do have I'll just say you guys will like what's coming. We'll just say that. I've heard rumblings.
For secrecy.
To a point. You never kiss and tell, Julie.
Right. You can't
never kiss and tell. Can't tell all the information. LE 250 Buzz Lightyear stamp. I love it. We're gonna take $19 off of this. So we're actually gonna run this. Give me 5 seconds here. 5 76 176. Man, my 176.
You were lucky. I almost ran it at 76.
I think I was wrong on that. No, I'm wrong.
What is it?
No. My brain
You said it was $19?
$19, please.
And what's it? The price on
185. Thank you.
Minus 19.
166. I don't know why I was minusing by 195. There we go.
There we go.
Me brain hurt now.
Is it true new Tiny Kingdoms are coming out too?
I haven't heard anything about Tiny Kingdoms. I will say this. I am kind of glad because the lady in Nebraska has every Tiny Kingdom that's ever been made. So we're literally at some point in time. Can you imagine, Julie? This is my idea for when we get a
Richard.
Richard.
I'm not telling you to.
Julie, can you imagine this? When you get every single solitary one of the hidden or the Tiny Kingdoms, and I put them on just one normal size GoPin Pro board, and we dollar start the entire board.
We will have
pick one
at some point.
And we're just gonna sell out the board.
I was sitting in Epcot, and Nebraska lady was sitting next to me, and she says, "I have every single Tiny Kingdom." And I was like, "That's awesome. People love Tiny Kingdoms." And she's like, "I'll send that eventually to you." So we will be having every.
Well, she has the D23 series also. Yeah. So not even just the Haunted Mansion, but she's got collector.
Well, yeah, not really for your right.
Collector more than anything.
Yes, she's been to so many events.
So LE of 250, the Jessie stamp 150. Normally, we're gonna go ahead and run that at 135. 27 away from Tiny Kingdom complete. That's awesome.
Do guests have to RSVP or can we just show up? Just want to. Yeah,
you can just show up at the event.
We would appreciate an RSVP, but it is not a requirement.
I would like to know if we have 3,000 people coming. Yeah. Like that is something for food wise, guys. That's the thing is like.
Yeah, but it's an arena. They're used to serving high numbers.
I know, but if we're only saying, "Oh, we have 1,000 RSVPs," and then 7,000 people show up, they're not going to be ready with the food. True. They're going to be behind on it. So it would be nice to know if you're coming.
True.
The RSVP is on the actual form to sign up for tables. Yes. If you bought a table, we know you're coming.
Yes.
You don't have to RSVP if you bought a table. A paint can that I actually missed, the paint jar that I missed. $70 normally, $63 for Mother Gothel.
There we go. I'm not sure that the girls set up the RSVP for the D23 training finale, but I know it's there for sure for the 25 years training finale. Mm-hmm. So congrats, Morgan.
Congrats, Morgan. Queen of Hearts paint jar, normally 65. We're going to take $7 off that, so we're going to run it at, oh man, $58.
58.
Math ain't mathing today for me. Me brain not working.
I don't think we have the chip padlock currently. We did have that whole series at one point.
I don't think right now we do.
We currently have it. And if we did have it, it would be a Dollar Start Tuesday show. that we would run those types of pins.
So, Marissa, I'll tell you a little bit of tips and tricks now, but I am making a video about the 25th anniversary and how to fill out an RSP for it.
Queen of Hearts pins.
Queen Hearts. Oh, Queen of Hearts pins. Good
Yeah.
grab. I will say this. So let me flip it really quick. But so for the 25th anniversary, you got your RSP that you have to fill out. Number one, what package did you get? They're going to run the Jubilee package first, and then whatever the I can't remember what the other
Celebratory.
celebratory. Oh, it's a celebratory.
Yes.
That package will get run second. So basically, if you have Jubilee, that will get run first. You're basically ranking the pins that you want. Let's say these two pins are released. This is number one and this is number two. You want number one more because it's her and like her guy instead of her and her horse. So you would rank this is number one and this is number two. You're basically just
Unless
ranking.
you don't want one of them or both of them, then
But
you don't put it.
Julie stole my thunder a thousand
Sorry.
percent there because basically what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to, you're she threw me completely off.
Sorry.
You're going to rank them how you want them, one through whatever number it is. Once that's all done, you're basically, if you don't want something, don't add it on there. They will charge you for it if it is.
Extruders, we did run it, but we will run it again. No
You,
worries.
you got lucky.
No,
Nobody
no
else bid.
worries.
No, you got lucky. No one else bid
Yeah,
on
I
it.
didn't swipe it from you.
Okay, so LE 250 Merida, it's going to be 270.
270.
But yeah, no problem. We put it aside just in case because I did a theory of trying to grab some of the higher priced pins to run for you guys right now because, while you guys are here, we might as well, and then we can get into the normal stuff of how it was.
Congrats, Extruders. You just hit fragments here.
Beautiful pin. Great grab.
Yeah, you do
Nice
get
grail.
multiple selections. I think it goes through like I think you
Especially
just
for.
said it. Yeah, Thanos said it.
Mhm.
So it goes through three selections. So you'll have three opportunities to select the order that you want.
With the low LE sizes, you probably will not get more than one of something.
Yeah.
Unless it's a mystery box. And usually the first one is a normal on this event, and then the other two are just for your mystery boxes.
Yeah.
So just to
The,
kind of throw it out there.
yeah.
Aurora limited edition of 300, like the cameo type of thing. I like this. 85 normally. We're going to take $9 off. We're going to run that for 76 bucks. Aurora.
Aurora. How do you buy and or find WDI pins?
No, a cast member secondhand.
Or sometimes at Disney events,
Disney events
they
has them.
will allow people to purchase them. We got to purchase some at the D23 Expo in California last year. Jared Beach, congrats.
Here we go. These are heavy.
Yeah, I know.
Those are heavy. Limited edition of 300. Beautiful WDI pin. Nice Mulan Graily Grail. 190. We're gonna take $19 off this. This is 176. I did the math, or it's not even. I'm wrong again.
Wrong again.
Man, I need to go lie down. 8171. 171. Thank you. Beautiful set, gorgeous set. If you collect Mulan, I do have some Mulan pins coming down the pipeline that you guys will see in shows coming up. And it runs the gambit, like low to high.
Mm-hmm. Congrats, Jess.
Jess. Mulan, LE of 300. Normally 140. We're gonna go ahead and run that at 126.
There we go. Will the vending machines be where the APPP pins will be or just the boards? The vending machines they had all the way to the left, which was like blocked by a half wall. So it's still in the space as the entire event, but there's like a half wall there. You go around that half wall. That's usually where they show you all of the upcoming pins too, like the future releases for the following year.
And that's also, yeah, they'll have the vending machines,
Yeah.
they'll have that, they'll have the RSP pickups if you come late. They'll have where you can do the frame sets that you can RSP for also. Congratulations there, Jess.
And giveaway is up and running for you guys. So yeah, it's kind of just blocked off by like a half wall, and then the rest of the room on the right is tables for trading and also all of the boards And
Jeff shouted it all out also. There will be tons of trading in the hallways
yes,
on Friday and Saturday. So if you don't get tickets, it's a fun way to do some trading, meet some people out there,
yep,
and then going into like Sunday for the big event. I tell people it's going to be kind of crazy. You're going to be able to trade for a ton of the stuff that maybe you didn't get a ticket and you don't have an RSP for it. You'll be able to trade for it,
mhm,
so a lot of options. So this is all different pins. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. This is a Japan Disney store. Happy first anniversary. We're doing a $1 start and you're picking one pin off the board. So we're going to sell this board out and then we'll get into the pins that you guys selected for today's show.
here we go. Dollar starts, and that one's running. Remember, bid responsibly. You're picking one pin. The question at the parks pin events, do they have international parks APPP pins on the boards to trade?
So last year
It wasn't last year; it was the year before.
they had Hong Kong.
Yeah,
They had Hong Kong, they had Duffy, and
they were
they
in the
had
vending
they
machine.
were in the vending machine. That's how we know
Yeah,
that they were APs and
and
PPs.
that was a few years ago because last year they did the mystery box set in
Hmm.
that, so it was a little different last year. Congrats, Angie Moss. So which pin can we get for you? Which one are you going for? And then our frame set's a good investment. If you want to get something, to hang in your walls and it's something you love, you could do that. With frame sets, we always break them up. So um
Next
next
one,
one's
pick one.
running, pick one. We always break them up because you can actually get more bang for your buck by separating. Kind of
Hmm.
like this. If this was a frame set, we personally wouldn't leave it as a frame set and sell it just
No,
as is.
we're gonna break it up because honestly, there's way too many cool characters on here
Yeah.
that I know you guys collect, and these are from Japan. These are from 2001. You ain't finding these going to the park.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
You
right.
got it, babe.
Sherry Regal. Which one can we get for you?
Going for Tinkerbell. They're good size too.
All right.
Next one.
Next one's running.
What's the main pin you're going for on the RSP? That's an ancient Chinese
So
secret, and I will not be telling anybody.
we already know which one's going to be
There's
first
okay.
on the
We'll just say this. There's 10 figments, and I legitimately need all of them because for my collection, and there's a lot of low LE sizes. So I'm gonna need to put something that's an extremely low LE size to guarantee that I get that
right.
in
It
my
has to be
collection.
towards the top. Yeah. All right. Just me, Annie, going for the
Going
Mickey.
for the
That's what
Mickey.
I would have went
Mickey
for.
is a double backer.
Go for
He
the
is
big one.
gigantor. So look at this. He's a cute design too.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like your normal. I
I
love
love
the.
that.
I
That's
love he's
really
got like the
cool.
Pac-Man eyes. They always pie eye Mickey is what they called
Pie
him.
eye.
Pie eye Mickey because there's a piece of pie missing
Very
where
cute.
the slit is. So really cute.
All right. The next one's running.
I mean, if you're not going Stitch complete, that's a Stitch is one of those characters. I get that question all the time when I people say I'm going complete, and then you say to them, they're like, "Oh, what character are you going for?" Stitch, and you're like, "Good luck on that one." Like the problem is Stitch is in every park. Figment is not in every park. I strategically didn't pick Figment because he's not in every park. I just got extremely lucky that he's only at Epcot.
Yeah.
They have released other pins here and
Tim's
there.
going for Goofy.
Tim's going for Goofy.
You guys have 35 seconds to get in on the giveaway that we currently have running.
There you go, Tim.
All right. Next
Next one.
one's going. So you got Chip and Dale, Daisy,
Winnie the Pooh's still
Emerald,
showing over there.
Pluto, Winnie the Pooh, and Minnie. Where did the back of that pin go? Okay. I'll move you up.
I'll shrug my shoulders on that one. I mean, it's going to be probably about 2,000 tickets. I bet you they did up the number this year. It just feels like it
And Coben's going for Pooh.
because there was just a lot of people that were when they were doing it that were in like 1900 that got tickets.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. Winnie the Pooh.
Okay,
Next
next
one.
one's going. And giveaway is going to Mandy 9 Meow. Congratulations.
How many Jubilee do you think? 300-ish, maybe, Kachow? I'm gonna put it in the 300 range. It was 250 last year, so if they increased a percentage of each of them, I think it's gonna be 300.
Hi.
Thank you, Allison. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Get a
Oh,
pin
look
for your
at that.
dad. They like pins, right?
My dad likes pins.
Yes.
Which one are you going for, Elvital?
Going for mini. My dad doesn't understand pins.
All right, so we got 4 more left on this board. Let's run it again.
So how many of your parents do not understand pins and why like that it's a thing? How many don't understand it at all?
Yeah.
Find them Star Wars pins, yeah. Mine try. I mean, at least they try to a point. Julie tried, and it opened up a gigantic rabbit hole. Fragmenteer, congratulations. Don't forget to clip your coupon.
Just me, Annie.
What are we going for?
So, what time did you guys start heading your devices to get tickets for the trading event?
I loaded in at about 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
I think it was,
Some of the devices were about an hour ahead, some were half an hour.
but
Next one's
the
running.
one that I got in at 12 o'clock, the earliest device that we logged in ended up getting us 12,000.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't think it really matters. I honestly think it's just going to be complete lottery system.
mhm. It seemed very random this year. Are you selling the card?
No.
Julie does not want to ship that card.
Sorry. All right, just me, Annie, going for Daisy. That
Okay.
leaves Chippendale
Chippendale
and
and Pluto.
Pluto.
I'm telling you,
All right,
those are.
running again.
If you would have said, "Hey, what are the last two you're going to see up there?" Probably wouldn't have picked either of those. Beck is like, not me either. I forgot $100 pin, so I'm going to show that, and then we'll get into in the order that you guys pulled stuff. And there's some great stuff today. I cannot wait to show you guys the mother set.
Devin Detays, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy Pins.
Going for Pluto, Chip and Dale.
Welcome to the Figment family.
Welcome to the Figment family. Chip and Dale,
Chip
the
and Dale
last one on the
Black. All right,
board.
here we go, Chip and Dale.
There's Pluto.
So you are bidding for Chip and Dale.
You're getting some Chip and Dale.
Shocker, I know. That's wild.
2001. This set is 24 years old.
Sim Tracy 11290. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy Pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. The one I wanted. There you go.
Good. Glad you got it.
Okay, so I did forget one of the $100 pins. So this is from the Pin Trading Carnival. It is Donald. He is at Phantom Manor at Disneyland Paris. So Haunted Man, their version of Haunted Mansion that they have in Disneyland Paris. Normally 125. We're gonna start it at 112. 112.
There we go.
Why do you think Disney doesn't make their events larger, such demand? I don't think to a point you can only fit X amount of people in there before you start to break some fire codes. So I think Disney is like, this is the max amount of people we can fit in there with cast members and everything else. Congratulations, Samantha. I think that is like their like be all end all of like what we can actually get into the building at
It
that
could
point.
be a parking issue also.
Yeah, it's true
I mean,
also.
they do have the parking there and it's pretty decent, but if you get too much and they're not staying on property, that's a lot of cars parked.
So, Julie, do you want to see the international? I'm calling it right now. This is the international set of the year for open edition pins.
How cute.
The Mother's Day, not Mother's Day, but Mother's Shanghai set. These pins are absolutely gorgeous. They're so cute. 25 normally. We're going to start this at 22 bucks. And there's a whole bunch of them.
How strict are they about bags in the California events? Can we have a backpack plus our trading bag. People have bags,
They were
but
not strict at all.
they weren't strict. They didn't go through your bags. It wasn't a thing. Plus, people are walking around with their traders, so a lot of people had
Mhm.
like mini suitcases or a mini rolling something. Not wagons though.
Yeah, don't bring a
Don't
wagon.
bring a
That's the
wagon.
one thing that they'll be like, "Yeah, that's not a thing."
Chad Stanley, congratulations.
Congrats. I'm gonna go ahead and
You have a coupon that's in that little circle up at the top, Chad. Make sure you click on that and redeem your coupon before your next purchase.
crazy concept. Somebody wanted all these pulled, so they're all gonna be shown together, and they're adorable. Lady and does the actual puppy have a name? I don't think they actually gave the puppy a name.
I should know. 22 also?
22 also. Yeah, these I
Yeah.
started them at a great price for you guys.
If I got into the event, I wouldn't want a lot of people there since the LE sizes are small. I would hope to get something. I mean, the nice thing about that, Ashton, is like, regardless of how many people go, you're going to have your RSP. So you're going to know before you go what
Dumbo
you
Love.
won. And then you're going and picking it up.
Yeah, RSPs are done way before the event
Yeah.
actually happens, so you don't have to actually worry about it. You
Not
know what you're
stressed out
getting.
about that.
You
Right.
know what you're getting. But and if you didn't get something, you know that everyone else got what you want
Right.
to a point so
So
you
you
could
can trade.
trade for it.
Absolutely.
So Kanga and Rue, 22 bucks. Let's go.
So cute. But then also, as far as like trading on the boards at Walt Disney World, it's more spread out and there's more boards.
Mhm.
So and they do refresh more frequently. The one year they were refreshing every half hour almost on the dot.
Yep.
So people were getting excited based on where they were in the line. They're like, oh my gosh, the door's gonna open any second, and it just causes an excitement. So there's still plenty of good things to do, in the event itself.
Chad, congratulations. That's coming to you. Next, Bambi and his mom. $22 on that one also. I don't think the ESPN building would be big enough. I think technically when you break down the walls for the convention center, I think technically there's more space in the Coronado Convention Center. Plus, I hate to say this, dragging all your stuff to a secondary location like you used to have to do at Epcot was such a pain.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
had to stand, just imagine
Security
this. You
lines
had to
from everywhere.
stand in security and
Yeah.
have them check every single solitary bag that there was
Yep.
coming through there. And they knew it was pins.
Mushu Mischief, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Oh, and I did mention to somebody the other show, I did post my video about the Disneyland shadow boxes. So if you've never seen the Disneyland shadow boxes, I posted on all my social media today. They came out great, and hopefully we get some in Walt Disney World. Brave, the three little bears, and the mom, the
Hmm.
queen. 22 bucks. Let's
There we
go.
go. So the good thing, like picture this: you walk into the big room where they have the event going on. So to the right is a whole bunch of tables set up where there are people that just go and sit there the entire time and trade from their own books.
Hmm.
They don't even participate in the trade boards. We love those people because that frees up the line for
Stay
some
away.
of those people.
Everybody go sit down at the
Yeah,
tables and trade,
go
please.
trade over there. We love that. Because with Walt Disney World, it's unlimited. You can keep getting back in line and you can
Mhm.
keep trading all day long.
Allison Pins, congratulations.
Congrats.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the two heaviest hitters for last. So we have Dory and Dory's mom,
12.
22. How many actual pins are there of Dory's mom?
I don't know. But they did ask if there was fakes. And yes, there will be people trading fakes onto the boards. Unfortunately, we have seen that. Um, but I don't know as far as the people that are sitting down. I would hope not. I would hope they would know better because a lot of them are well known people that you would recognize at most pin events. So we don't actually go and trade there because we like to trade off those boards. So we don't get in those lines to trade, with other guests in that respect. So I can't say that, specifically
Mhm.
if theirs are all real or not.
Helbedel, congratulations on the pin, and also congratulations on Fragment here.
Congrats.
Don't forget to clip your coupon. Simba and Sarabi, 22 bucks. Let's go.
22. There we go. There was another question. Are the leftovers that don't get sold at the RSP available at the event?
Yes.
Yes.
If somebody returns something at the event, it gets added back to the store.
Yep.
So you'll have actually first dibs. If you're in Jubilee, you have first dibs to go trade at the boards, but then you also have first dibs to go jump in line and get stuff that might have been returned.
Yes, Dory just sold. So
Yeah,
it's
Dory sold a second ago.
all right, El Bedell. But if you are doing RSPs, you will get emails with pins that come available because people are allowed to return before their credit cards get charged.
Yes.
So you will get emails if you want to pick up more.
Perdita and the puppies,
And then
22.
anything that doesn't get picked up by people through emails and repurchased, those ones will show up at the store the day of the event pickup. People are going to be able to go straight over to a register and return whatever they don't want there also. So you actually have two opportunities if you get RSPs to return if you want to.
Elbadell,
And then you might have that
congratulations.
little bit of like, oh darn, I spent too much and I shouldn't have done that. And
So
that happened.
who are the two heaviest hitters that I left, Julie? Who do we not go through yet?
Giveaways up and running for you guys.
Duchess and Marie,
Aw,
22 bucks.
so cute.
You would not imagine what it took for me to get these pins from Shanghai to here. It was an ordeal.
Yes. And then will your event be scooter accessible? Um, all of our events you can get into it. It is crowded, I'm not gonna lie. So it is crowded.
The arena event, there should be no
No
problem.
problems at the arena
Mhm,
events. Any of the other events, there are a lot of people walking around. You're gonna have to maneuver a little
mhm.
bit. You can still get in, but you might have to maneuver.
Con-
Ashley Martin, congrats. She's beautiful.
This set is pretty new. I think these came out a month or two ago, and I finally just got them in the mail. Kevin with his babies,
Mhm.
22 bucks.
With her
Let's go
baby.
with her babies. Sorry,
Kevin with
her
her
babies.
baby. Very
Her Richard. I'm sorry. Kevin's a girl.
After final call on RSP, how long does it
Tina
take
Khan.
to know what pin you got? I want to say it was like 2 weeks,
It was about.
maybe.
I was gonna say
And then I think it's another 2 weeks after that that you have until, or no, it's a full week after that that you can confirm what you want.
Hold on. I want to say something.
Unicon,
I'm
congrats.
gonna point the camera at this rock star right here. So this lady, have you guys heard how chatty she is?
I'm trying to.
Hit the screen, tap your screen, give her all the hearts in the world because she deserves it. It was our anniversary, our 22nd anniversary. We had such a
Yesterday,
romantic
yes.
anniversary
We
yesterday.
totally did. It was
Totally
very
did. So
romantic. I
romantic.
went to Jacksonville with the kids, and Richard went on a monorail loop with my dad. So, like, very romantic.
I think
I think we got home around seven,
I
7
mentioned
p.m.
we're going on our cruise,
Yeah,
but I told Julie also I think maybe this week, maybe like Wednesday or Thursday, we'll go out to eat somewhere. Just me and her.
yeah.
We'll go.
But we're technically going to celebrate our anniversary in July.
Yes,
So, just because that's how it worked out.
just because.
We're actually going to do Disney Cruise Line. So, we're
Yes.
going to be sailing out on the Disney Magic.
Hey, guess what? I found another $100 pin.
Okay.
So this thing is crazy. I got to take this out of the box. This is a limited edition of 250, and I took this out and I looked at it and I was like, "Oh man, that's nice."
Do you know how long you have to fill out the form if you got tickets via someone else? I don't know if I should put my current or future address. Uh, Janoski, I would put your future address because you're going to be here by September. Because, right, you're moving here in July. So I would probably put
Like
your future address.
I would put future, yeah, especially if you know where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't know where it was going to be, that's a whole nother story. This is a limited edition of 250 Alice in Disneyland scratched out Wonderland.
Mhm.
Normally 150. We're gonna run it at 135. This is a jumbo. This is almost like a centerpiece pin. If you're doing an Alice collection, be a really nice one to have.
Very cool. Yeah. But I think, what is it, about a month or so before the event that you actually get the RSPs for it?
Mhm.
I think it's something like that.
Something around that. Yeah,
So,
we should get it. I would say RSPs are
or maybe
probably
it's 2 months before. I
well.
can't remember.
So it's gonna be September.
Congrats, Angie Moss.
Maybe July we'll probably get it. I want to delay the hit on the credit card. I could
Oh
see
yeah. There's been a lot lately,
there's
hasn't
been a
there?
lot of
Things
charging to the
that I've
credit
heard.
cards. Limited edition of 2000, the Essence of Evil perfume bottles. Uh, Mother Gothel's is Eternal Youth, Julie. That's the name of her perfume. 25 normally. You're gonna run that at 22 bucks. Let's go.
There we go.
But then, like I said, we have a whole bunch of stuff. I only unboxed one box, and I'm not even done pricing everything. It was a 34-pound box, is what I basically ended up doing. It was kind of
You got
crazy.
20 seconds to get in on the giveaway that's currently running. And Dumble Love, congrats.
Congrats. We shouldn't get an email about RSPs yet at all.
No. Yeah, it'll be a while for
Mhm.
that.
Limited edition of 1,000. It all started with Walt, which was a Disney pin event that they had here in Orlando. 45 normally. We're going to go ahead and run that for 40 bucks.
There you go.
A 35-pound box of pins. It's sitting next to me
Emma
with still
Stephanie, you got the giveaway.
wh-
Congrats.
what still needs to be done. And basically, once that's done, I have to move on to a 16-pound box. And
You wanted to open the heaviest
I
first.
opened the heaviest one first. Oh, we got halfway wizard.
Samantha.
You get three. Congratulations, Samantha. Next, limited edition of 2000 Little Mermaid for the premium DVD release. Do you remember when they would release like a premium DVD and then or a platinum? So they would release like a special edition, limited edition, platinum edition, all the different editions, so that you had to keep buying it.
Yeah,
Here's another feature on it. 27 bucks.
there we go. I know. What's a DVD?
What's a DVD? Don't say
Going
that.
down the progression of it, like saying what everything was before it is
What's a
funny too.
VHS?
Yeah, there's a lot.
What's a laser disc?
How do you decide which pins you keep for your collection? I think it would be so hard to get rid of some. Well, for Richard, it's easy because he only collects Figment, so
Only.
he's good on that.
I only collect Figment, and I have every single Figment pin ever collected.
That
So
is he. Yeah. But as far as like you go, I mean, just pick what you like.
mhm.
What speaks to you?
Hatbox Ghost Chaser pin from the 25 years, which, like we said, these bags have disappeared. I think this is another one, like the Castle pin. It just climbed in price like crazy. 50. We're gonna run it for 45 bucks. Let's go.
If Richard gave you the advice, he would tell you pick one thing. So
One
like one
character.
character or
So this is
theme.
my exact thing that I say.
I
One
say pick
character,
what makes you happy.
one character, one movie, one theme. All pins are pretty. You'll have a problem.
Yeah, it is a
So
problem.
don't just pick everything because everything is not an option when it comes to pins.
Yes, Richard does have a few. He's got like three of the Gerald pins. And he does have a couple of like non-Disney pins that were gifted to him.
And things like for rides that are gone that I really liked and stuff like that, shows and things. I do have a couple of sentimental pins. So I'm going to show just this one spinning. Um, these are from Shanghai also.
He says, I have a problem.
I like everything.
I'm the Marie collector, and all pins are pretty collector. It's hard, isn't it?
So these are Shanghai also. They are character spinners. They're absolutely adorable. 30 normally. We're gonna go ahead and run it at 27 bucks.
You're welcome, Stephanie.
Another beautiful set from Shanghai. I have three sets that came from or two sets from Shanghai and then one's Hong Kong. Actually, no, three. They're all three Shanghai. That I came out and I came in and they're gorgeous pins. Congratulations, Morgan. That's coming to you.
Just give me the baggie too, though.
Thank you. Make my life easier.
Are you gonna open every one of them?
I'm not going to
when you get to
spin
them?
every single one
Okay.
of them, but there's. I'll let you know when it's one of those from that series that spins. NBC, all the spinners are pulled, so every spinner that I had has been pulled for the show. This is a glower. This is a piece of history. So on this one, this is a Limited edition pin that contains a piece of one of the three audio animatronic hitchhiking ghosts. So it's actually an animatronic piece in there, from there in the bubble. Normally 80, we're gonna run that at 72 bucks.
So far, Loungefly hasn't brought out any Figment pins. There is a couple of Fig pins that are Figment, and he does have
Do you
those.
want to hear something that's amazing?
What's amazing?
Disney does not give the rights to Loungefly to make Figment pins. I don't have to worry about that.
There
I don't have to worry about box lunch Figment pins or any of that stuff. They don't have the license to make Figment pins.
you go.
Only Figpin got the license to make Figment pins. And I'll say this, Fig pins are very nice, but they did not do as well as I think Disney thought they were going to
Congrats,
do
Samantha.
because they were everywhere.
Yeah,
They had them in everywhere. They weren't limited
except for the sweater
editions.
one. That one you couldn't get
That's a whole nother
anywhere.
story.
Yeah.
So D23 Treasures of the Walt Disney Vault. This is Pirates of the Caribbean, $25 normally. We're gonna run that at 22 bucks. Are fig pins still made? Fig pins are still made.
Yeah, they are. I have some in the buy it now also. People have been buying through them a little by little,
Hmm.
but yeah.
I
They're much nicer when they're outside of the box.
I agree with that.
They look so nice outside the
If
box.
they're on your actual board, they're actually really
Oh
nice.
yeah. Get on sale.
Congratulations. Cuties here. Disneyland Paris, Moana, and Pua. $30 normally. We're gonna run that at 27 bucks.
There we go. People haven't caught on to fig pins yet. They do several randoms. Disney is relatively newer. Fandoms, yes.
Fandoms, yes.
Yeah, but honestly, fig pins are very nice pins. They actually made some for the 50th anniversary for Walt Disney World, and it was beautiful. Like they got the colors right on. Sherry, congrats. And
Congratulations.
see, Sherry's
Oh,
fragment
fragment
here.
here. Get
Yeah,
your coupon.
up at the top, click on it and redeem your coupon for your next purchase.
And don't forget, every 20 auctions, we do giveaways.
Yes.
So when we get to 60, will be our next giveaway. Let's see. This is the Open House for Haunted Mansion. It was in a whole Haunted Mansion series. They're all gorgeous pins. I want more of this released in the parks. Limited edition of 750, $60 normally. We're gonna run that at 54 bucks.
Mystery fig pins. Where do you get mystery fig pins from?
Oh,
Never
there you
heard.
have boxes of them.
Do they?
Yeah, we have some in Tuesday's show.
What?
They're on the dollar store boards.
Mystery?
Yeah, they're littler mystery
You're gonna have to
pins.
show me that.
Okay, I
I
will.
don't think I know what you're
I
talking
have
about.
no idea what you're talking about.
Congrats, Samantha.
I mean, the rarest Figment pins might be the 3 that are coming to me,
Yes.
because nobody knew they actually existed.
Yeah.
How did I get 3 Figment pins that not one person knew existed? Pinpicks doesn't have listed. My Pin Central doesn't have them listed, and
Yeah.
they're legitimate
He
pins
did. He
from
bought them.
1982. Yes, I purchased them. They
Yeah.
are en route to my
Well,
house.
what's funny is he has several pins from the same type of series because he had the backer cards.
Mhm.
And they're the same backer cards from 1982. Yet those ones that he bought were not accounted for on any of the sites. So the exciting thing is that the Figment guy is going to be able to log into PinPix and he's going to
I'm
be
gonna be able
able
to
to
submit.
post
Mhm.
that there's these pins. So
Yep.
that's kind of cool. Very exciting.
Well, this is the thing. Anybody else that I asked that I know is major Figment collectors didn't have those pins either.
Yeah. Even
So
Holland Hayes messaged
Holland
Richard
Hayes
and
says,
was
"I
like, I
need
need
those.
that.
I need those 3 pins." And
Yeah,
it's like, if you
I
need
need
them,
them
he's like, "I need them," and I'm like, "Dude, they're coming home to Papa." Like, I love this series. All 4 of them were pulled. This is Disneyland Paris, absolutely gorgeous. Cruella with the ducks are actually Dalmatians. Beautiful pin, 27 bucks.
Yes, it's officially 25 years old this year, but there was pins created prior to it.
So this is a question, trivia question I was asked in the parks. I didn't film it, and I wish I would have because I got it right. Somebody asked, "What was the first year?" And I asked this in my moderator chat. I said, "What was the first year that Disney sold pins in the park?" Or when did Disney start selling pins in the park?
Ella 92500, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pin.
Welcome to the Figment family.
Congrats.
And everybody said, everybody's words were, "Oh, it was 1999, 2000, 1999, 2000. That's what the guy says. That's what everyone always says to me. Technically, it is 1971 when they opened Walt Disney World. That's when they started selling actual pins. I know the first Figment pin was made in 1982 because I had them, the first documented ones.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I knew Cindy would know. Of course, Cindy would know. Moana Polynesian Village Resort, LE of 4,000, 25 normally. We're gonna run that at 22 bucks. One of my favorite Christmas series that they did because you flip it over and it's got like the Heart of Tafiti and all that on there.
So yeah, we will be sharing as soon as he'll be filming it. He'll be filming it because he's excited
Mhm.
to get those three brand new ones.
This
Hey
se-
Tracy.
so like this series is dated, but on the other side. So if you just have it like this, it's not dated. It just says Polynesian on it though, so it's really cool. This is the last set from Shanghai that I'm gonna show, even though we haven't shown all the pins for them. Autograph books. So this is an autograph book series with all the different autographs from Moana, Belle, Cinderella, Princess Tiana. 22 bucks. Let's go.
There we go.
Shanghai exclusive.
Wah, 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 wah. Casey Pink, 3017. Thanks for the raid.
Hope you had a great show. Thanks for popping in.
So Klaus says they didn't have Disneyland. Disneyland didn't sell pins because they opened at 1955, and they know that they didn't have pins then.
Mhm.
So
But the specific question that I was asked, when did they start selling Disney pins in Walt Disney
right.
World?
Yep.
So that was the question that when I did that. Yeah.
Mel,
So
congrats.
congrats, Mel. This series is gorgeous. We have a whole bunch more of those coming along with the spinners also. The Up autograph book. Look at that.
Ooh, the colors are beautiful.
Look at Doug,
Aw.
Russell, Carl Fredrickson. He signs his full name. I love that. 22 bucks. Let's go.
So cute.
Yeah, the hassle that I went through to get these pins over here. But yeah, no, that was I always love, and I'll ask the cast members, like if they are doing trivia, I'll ask them ahead of time. And this is the number one thing I will tell you: if you're filming out and about in the parks, be respectful to the cast members.
Albadelle.
I've been told by a lot of cast members that these people are just running up to them and filming them,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they don't want to be filmed.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a big thing. Like, always be respectful of the cast members and ask their permission if they want to be on camera or not.
Yeah.
Because if they don't want to be on camera, you could say, well, can I film the ground? Any of that stuff. I think people really forget about that sometimes. That it's a quick, like, do you want to? No. Okay.
Yeah.
We won't do it. Winnie the Pooh, gorgeous set, $22.
There we go.
Yeah, Morgan, I know there's a lot of people that do ask, but I know there's a lot of people. I've been getting told by cast members that there's a lot that are not asking and they're just walking up and starting to film them, like their faces
Yeah.
with
Even
their name
in
tags.
most cases, we're just filming the boards. We don't want to
Yeah,
film them. And so we will just let them know, hey, we're just going to film the board really
yeah.
fast. So they're not in it. All right, Clever Lettuce, congrats. There was a question. Where did you get Figment pins no one knew existed?
Um, I woke up in the morning. I'll flip it to me for a second here. So I woke up in the morning and I went on to our Facebook group, Pin Trading Disney, crazy concept. And this girl went to she's been in our shows. She's been in here before. But she went to a show and
Estate sale or something?
estate sale. I said show, estate sale. And she went to an estate sale and she bought this and it was a bundle of pins. And I was like, that's amazing. What do you want? Do you have even a clue what you want? And she's like, no. And I said, do some research, figure it out. Pins in that era go for this much. So I'd be comfortable around here. She basically came back to me and she was right around the number that I had like pitched to her. And so it was kind of meant to be at that point. I was good. I was good to go with it at that point. So,
Yeah.
she came in at the right kind of the right price where I wanted to be, right. And I felt like I was getting something good and I think she felt very good about it. Number one thing we always do when we buy collections, and I don't think that anybody does this, people come to me and say, "Hey, Rich, what do you want for these? Like, what offer would you make me?" I'm
Yeah.
not going to offer you anything. I don't make offers because what has happened to me time and time again is I do all the work, I price all their pins, I give them a price for their collection, and then they go to someone else and shop it to somebody else for a
A
higher
higher rate.
price.
Yeah.
And
It's a waste of time.
it's a waste of my time. I don't have time.
I think we should all get into the standard of
I ask them, "What do you
having
want?
them tell us what they
What do
want.
you want for it? You
Just
tell me
yeah.
you want X amount of dollars, I will do the math and I will do the work
Yeah,
to see if we can make it work.
exactly.
And I will try to get you your price every single time. Why do you think people come back to me and I don't have to look for collections anymore? I
Hmm.
don't. The collections come to me because I'm fair.
Yeah.
The number one thing you can be in this community is fair. And that's with everything. You can be fair with, your pricing, you can be fair with everything, but also fair with attitude. Like,
Yeah.
let's just like when it comes to it, these are little pieces of metal with Disney characters. And I love them and I'm passionate about them and I have a good time. So,
Wah 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 wah. You kissed Kermit. Thank you so much for the raid.
hope you had a great show. Thanks for popping in.
Awesome.
One of my favorite series from this year, Happily Ever After, the double mover, limited edition of 2,400. It's at 60 bucks, sold out completely. 54 bucks is what we're going to start it at.
There we go. And then if you're making offers in the bin, I will get to them. I see a couple of them came through.
It doesn't cost anything in this world to be kind and nice. I can go to a pin event, and if I'm not your best friend, I don't need to be best friends with everyone, but I will be friendly with everybody.
Yeah.
We can all be friendly with each other. That's the number one thing that I think is missed in any sort of collecting space that there is.
Jersey Beach, congrats. And you got fragments here.
Fragment here also.
So click up on your little fragment here up at the top and redeem your coupon before your next purchase.
Limited release Disneyland, where the magic began. Sorcerer Mickey, 27 bucks. We're going to start that at.
There you go.
I love the community and I love the place that it's at right now because it's growing.
It's
And
growing
and
so
people
fast.
there are
Wow.
people but there are people not embracing the growth.
Yeah.
Like you have to embrace the growth. You have to embrace
Change is hard.
it's coming in from all different kinds of platforms. It's coming in from TikTok. If you're not literally doing that kind of stuff,
Yeah. Renee, congratulations.
there you go. Congrats. Next, Stitch, 25 years, the limited release from the mystery boxes, $30. We're going to run him at 27 also. TikTok community is a blast. I just think my biggest thing is like the the educational piece has started to turn around. I think it was fun entertainment, but now the educational piece is also filling in also. So I think they're getting entertained and they're getting educated, which is amazing. That's all I could probably ask for.
Julie Shaw, 9608. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy Pins.
Welcome to the Figment family.
And I feel like you want a giveaway at the beginning of the show. I kind of
Might have it free shipping. Yeah.
you might have free shipping if you want a giveaway.
Festival of the Arts limited release Figment.
And I don't know, Ashton. We haven't been to the parks in several days, so I'm not sure if those were sold out or not.
So 25 normally we're going to run at 22. The 25s are sold out.
They are.
Right now they're sold out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We happened to find a box sitting in our house. I'm not kidding. We found a box.
The one box. So there was one box.
Opened it up, and I was like, "Why did you open it up? We should have left it alone."
What were the two characters I got though,
It
Julie?
was Stitch and it was
Miss
Miss
Piggy.
Piggy.
Like you couldn't ask for two
That
better.
was a stellar box.
Congratulations, Julia. Julie. Limited release. The hide and squeak. Make Ratatouille. $27 on that.
What's the difference between a limited release and a
Oh,
limited
my
edition?
absolute favorite question that I get asked on here. Limited edition means that there's a certain number. So it is there. I say limited edition of 200. There's only 200 of that pin that exists. Limited edition of 5,000. There's 5,000 of that pin that exists. Limited release means it came out during a period of time. So limited release equals time. Limited edition equals size.
Mhm.
How many there are. I hope that's I hope you got that.
Give me 1 second. Monica, congrats. I got to put a giveaway up. If
Oh, we're at
we can beat
62
it,
already.
60,
You guys
then
aren't holding us accountable for
yeah,
the giveaways.
I missed the giveaway. Do you know how many
There we go.
autographed books are in that Shanghai set? Do you know how many?
Oh, a question mark. I have more coming up.
Do you know how many you bought?
Question mark.
Okay. Well, that's not
I thought I
helpful.
had the whole set. I don't
You're
know
not
though,
sure
and
yet.
I don't know if they've released more.
Okay.
Disneyland Paris, Sword in the Stone. So the duck is dressed like Merlin, Julie.
Oh, he is.
That's amazing.
Super.
22 bucks. Let's go.
Is it worth it buying a pin starter set for pins I like?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hmm.
Because then you can use the rest for traders. So if you want to get something that's in that set, hang on to it, and then you can trade away the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take them to events, trade. And
We're
then
always good traders,
yeah.
always. Congrats, G Willie.
And depending on character, they're going to hold more value or better value.
Yeah.
I think there were 10 pins in the
10?
autograph set.
Oh boy, 10.
There was a lot.
Yikes.
So this hasn't even unreleased,
Big series.
has not come out yet in the parks. Limited edition of 4,000. I mean, this is the best moving pin I think I've ever seen.
Wait, what did you just say?
This pin has not been released in the parks
Oh,
yet.
okay. That's what I thought I heard. And I'm like, what do you mean it hasn't? Duh, 626. It's coming,
Look, but
guys.
look at this,
It's
the
coming.
greatest moving pin ever, because he's just drinking his drink. 35 normally. We're gonna go ahead and run that at 31 bucks.
There we go.
But we got some stitches coming up here. That's the thing is like I love to talk about pins. I love to talk about Disney. Like when I tell people space out your questions, like this is the time you want to ask a question
Ask
because
the pin collector.
we'll see it, we'll be able to talk about it.
What characters would you say hold the most value?
Stitch, Maleficent, princesses specifically, Ariel. I would say Stitch, Ariel, Figment's a great one. So those are like your four
Orange
characters.
bird.
Orange Bird, Marie.
Yeah, Belle's a good one too.
Sorcerer Mickey's a good one too. Yeah. Guys, just start shouting out random ones.
Don't say Goofy. No,
Don't say
I'm just
Goofy.
kidding. You can say Goofy.
Limited edition of 750 Disney Cruise Line pin. Greetings from the cruise line, and they're all dressed like pirates for pirate night. $40 normally, 36 bucks. We're gonna run that for. Not flubber.
There we go. Yeah,
I don't,
not
Jeff. I don't know what you're talking about. I kill it on flubber pins.
because you don't get it very often.
Yeah,
People get excited. They don't know it exists.
I mean, people. Anytime I get Atlantis pins are gone.
Yes, we do ship to the UK. Yes.
Hmm.
Leidenster, congrats.
There's some really nice Mary Poppins
Pete's
pins that
Dragon
actually
and
got
Mary
in.
Poppins, do they hold their value?
Uh,
Pete's Dragon, I would say people like Pete's Dragon.
People like Elliot.
I think there's
Yes.
a lot of Mary Poppins pins. So I think because of that, it's not as
They made a lot of Mary
popular.
Poppins pins in the beginning.
They did.
Okay, so piece of Disney history for Walt Disney World doesn't exist anymore. This is, of course, over by where this used to be where the new Fantasyland aerial ride is. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This trading pin contains actual pieces of the porthole from the attraction. So very cool pin. 80 normally. We're gonna run that at 72 bucks.
Alice, she does hold her value. I think it also depends on what pins it is.
I'll be honest, Alice collectors are some of the craziest collectors.
Yeah, there's
Like
some
they
high
are
priced ones
there's
out
some
there.
really high
I
price
actually
Alice
put a bunch
pins.
of them in the buy it now today. So crazy for pins. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. I love this. This series also, this was another Christmas series that they didn't put the date on the front. They put the date on the card. Smart.
Good job.
Do that more often.
Yes.
I don't need the date on the pin. I need the date on the card. 36 bucks for that beautiful boy right there.
Can you explain a little bit more of bulk trading to get what you like?
Bulk trading. I do a ton of bulk trading. So let's say I have $100 pin. I am basically trading to get to the value of that $100. So if you have,
Right around here, Sherry, you should have like a circle.
is that the fragment thing?
Click on that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Congratulations, Julie.
So getting back to the bulk, if it's $100, you gotta, let's say if this is a $30 pin and this is that, and then you have a $20 pin on top, you're gonna trade value for value. That's how I trade. Other people might this is where it gets really tricky. So Jeff has traded with me a million times as far as bulk trades. Richard does not devalue your pins. If your pin is $10, he trades you at $10, not $2. So there are people that will take this $50 stitch pin and say, my pin's still $100, but this pin's only $20. It's 30 pins, $10. That's what I'm going to give you. So you still need to give them a ton more pins to get to that point. That's the part that's kind of confusing.
Yeah, but not everybody does that.
Not everybody does that, but
That's not
just
how we do.
if there's a grail that you really want, you might want to do that, but you don't have to do that.
Right. Know your values. It's
Mhm.
important to know your values and don't fall for something you don't want to.
If you ever feel uncomfortable in a trade, you can always say no. If somebody's telling you you can't say no and you're at a pin event or you're at the parks and you're made to ever feel uncomfortable, go to guest relations or go to the person who's running the event.
Yeah.
They should never make you feel uncomfortable whatsoever at an event.
Yes.
Limited edition of 4,000, 30 bucks, 101 Dalmatians. We're going to run that 27 bucks.
Because Richard ran into a scenario once where somebody knew he wanted it so bad, he quoted him
Oh,
a
oh,
higher
let me
price.
let me tell this
Yeah.
story. So after this runs, I'm gonna flip it to me. I'm gonna tell you this story. It's you want to talk about people trying to shark you, the worst that I've ever been tried to be sharked in my whole entire life. And it's only for one reason.
Congrats, class pins.
So I had somebody that had an LE25 Figment frame set, which you guys know I eventually ended up getting. I was looking for it and I went and I said to them, I'm like, how much do you want for that, set? And they went and they said the exact message that I got from the person, still have it saved in my photos. Um, the exact message was for you, $8,000. $8,000 is what for that frame set. My buddy went and messaged and went and said, "How much for that frame set?" And they went and they says $3,000. So I'm supposed to pay $5,000 more
Just because it's a collection
just
that you
because
need,
it's
right?
something that I need.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to watch scenarios like that. If they know you're collecting something specific, don't get bamboozled.
It's probably the most icky situation I've
Yeah.
ever been in.
Yeah.
And it killed me ever going and trying to trade with that person ever again. It
Yeah.
destroyed that. And that's the worst part because if they have something that you want, you don't ever want to like break that bond. Like that's a bond. Like a trade is a bond. And I think that's the biggest thing is like I want you to walk away from my table that you felt like you got a good deal and I felt like we should both win. It's not like you have to win the trade or I have to win the trade. We should both win the trade.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And just remember too, if somebody tries to do that to you, that pin's gonna come around again. It came around for Richard, and that was an Ellie of 25.
I leave 25.
So that's harder to find.
Before
But it
I
came around again.
before I got it, I knew where 6 of them were. Right now, I know where 12 of the 25 are.
Yeah.
There's 13 that are missing in action somewhere.
Star Wars pins are good. We always trade for that
Mhm.
because they do well. So
So this is the S varsity letter with stitch from 2005. 30 normally we're going to run that at 27. I think the biggest thing that you can do is, and this was the number one thing when we were running a pin event with GoPin Pro, the reason they wanted to continue to run events with us, they were busy selling their pin. Me and Julie were customer servicing everybody. We were helping everybody and they saw that and they were like, "Oh, I can tell you guys have done that for a living." Yes, we've worked in management.
and then
We
Disney Mom.
you know how to do that type of stuff. It's just easy customer service. You want someone to be happy so that they come back. Pin Champion. This is from the Pin Trading Carnival. Scrump and Stitch. Normally 50. We're going to run that at 45. It's a limited edition of 1,000.
You can ask for assistance at a pin event. If you need help. Um, there's gonna be some people that'll be honest with you, like if they see that you have fakes. they'll tell you like, well, you can't trade that because that's a fake, but if you're worried about that, I mean, you can just ask if you feel
Lil
comfortable
Wayne.
asking. Just ask.
Limited edition of 1200, Stitch, Scrump, and Angel all on thing. This is the best part. Look. Look. It's a mover. It's a whoosher. It goes back and forth. 45. Not looking.
45.
Yes. Karasha, look.
Um, we don't have issues selling Star Wars because we've
No.
got a variety of people. We try to give a variety of pins so that everybody has something that they like. I'll be honest, the ones that are harder to get our hands on are like Atlantis and Sword in the Stone
Oh, let's
and
let's be
Robin Hood, things like that. That people are like, I want that, and we don't have that a lot because there's not a lot out there.
let's be
But
honest.
Star Wars does well for us.
Yes. Let's be honest. We are blessed to have the people in the show that we have in the show. Like I'm glad you guys are here. You guys are active. You're in the chat. You're asking questions. These are the fun shows. Like I'll be honest. I don't feel like I started the show great, but I feel like we're hitting our stride now.
Yeah.
Like I feel good now. Limited release, and you guys make or break whatever the show is, and it literally is the biggest piece of us like wanting to do this and keep doing this.
Mhm.
25 normally. Paint the night. We're gonna run that 22 bucks.
Yes, our mods are the best.
I mean, I've always said it. I have the best mods. My Facebook mods are the absolute best. They can sometimes be, I will say this, my mods in the Facebook group can sometimes be bulldogs. But there are rules, and they're making sure people are following our rules
Enforcing the
so
rules.
that you don't get burned.
Right.
Like if we don't follow the rules that we have in the Facebook group, there's a good chance you could get burned by somebody in the Facebook group. I don't want that to happen to anybody.
Right.
And they put up with so much.
Congrats, Deb.
We were jokingly, me and Julie were jokingly talking about people that have like gone off. You wanna lose me as a nice person? Go off on my moderators, my unpaid moderators.
Yeah.
Swear at them, and you realize
We don't have any
my
followers.
kindness is thrown right out the window.
Yeah.
Limited edition of 4,000, 30 bucks for my man.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, thank you. We're gonna run that 27 bucks.
For Rapunzel. You could have even have said Tangled and you would have been okay.
I would have could have said Tangled also.
We do provide
I don't
feedback.
think it ran.
I will
Did
run
it?
it again. No.
Oh, okay.
How much?
27.
27. One more time. There we go. Yes, anytime that a post is removed, there is feedback left. It may not always be a verbal handwritten one, but a rule will be selected for sure each time. So,
Well, Shannon, even also, I will say this: the mods do a great job with helping in here because we're trying to run a show. I don't know why people would come into a show and like cause chaos when there's no reason to. I cause enough chaos for everyone. Like I don't need anyone else to try and cause chaos. This pin is gorgeous. Limited edition of 500. $25 normally. We're gonna run it at 22 bucks.
beautiful.
I will say this. I've noticed this from the big, coming into the pin community and everything. You do well in the pin community if you do well, run events, all this stuff. Man, you put a target on your back sometimes, and
Yeah.
it's just about like keep pushing forward. Like I'm like that guy that has arrows and gunshots in his back, and he's still moving forward. Like
Yes, Andy.
that's just how this community is, and it's great when it's great, and it's bad when it's bad. What's worth more, AP or PP? PP, there's less of, so the pre-production, there's 3 usually of each one. AP, there's about 20 of each one. Limited edition of 5,000, Happy Mother's Day with Chip and Mrs. Potts. 22 bucks, we're gonna start that out.
There we go.
The bamboo community. Well, it happens.
So Janoski asked at the September event, do you think people would be interested in ornaments, gently used loungefly, Scentsy stuff?
To a point.
Janoski, did you get a table or you plan on walking around? Tony Petiti, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family.
Okay, you got a table? Yeah. I mean, you can bring all of that stuff. Especially, I mean, try to keep it like Disney themed, obviously, because it is a Disney related event. But yeah, I think people would be interested in stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's the year my son was born. Oh,
Another signature book, and it's The Lion King. So 25 normally, we're going to run that at 22 bucks.
going back to the Disney pin events, if there is any pins left over after the event is finished, are they released in the parks or Disney Springs?
They will release probably at Disney Springs. It used to be at Epcot because the events were at Epcot.
Right.
But now that the events aren't at Epcot, they've been taking them over to Disney Springs. If there's anything left,
If, yeah.
because this event, I don't know if there's going to be
It's
anything
such
left.
low limited edition sizes. Yeah. Elmadell.
This might be the first year where everything sells out. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if they contact me and like, are you interested in this? I'm going to be clicking yes
I was like,
on
oh,
everything.
these are really amazing
It's a
list of
catalog.
pins.
The
Yeah.
catalog's
It's
amazing.
gorgeous.
We had the Sorcerer Mickey early. Yes, yes, yes. 25 normally. We're gonna run that at 22 bucks. What's the name of the giant Vanellope pin that was at Nifty 50s event? I really want it.
A
Vanellope.
Vanellope.
Vanellope was not at the like actual event. The right. Oh, you're talking. Those aren't going to be. Those are going to be released. So there's the. It's the vehicles. There was the Muppet Bus
Oh, I
and all
know.
those ones.
Okay,
That
the
series.
preview pins.
Yes.
Yes. The preview pins, we don't know when those are coming out. Those would they just show you so that you get excited?
Those ones aren't released at any events. Those are going to be released online for cast members to get. So that one's going to be interesting.
Renee, congratulations.
Limited release for the 50th. I love this. Just the look and the iridescence on this. Love the coloring on it. Almost like bronze, and then you got your colors mixed in. 25 normally. We're going to run that at 22.
22. There we go. I think we missed a couple
That's
questions.
the only 50th pin I don't have. Well, guess what? Could be yours.
Do you think there's so much interest this year because it's a big anniversary, or do you think the pin community has grown that much?
I think number one, the pin community has
I
grown.
do too. Yeah.
Number two, the pins are amazing.
Yeah.
Like that catalog. Um, I forgot who it was, but somebody went and said when that catalog came out, that catalog basically gave the middle finger to the Nifty 50s.
I know.
It literally gave the middle finger to the Nifty 50s and said, "You get out of here.
And I
Nobody
think,
wants you."
I think a lot of people were turning their Nifty 50 stuff
They were.
after they saw that catalog because they're like, I'm going to spend my money on that stuff instead. Yeah, it was crazy.
It's literally people were returning that stuff, and I couldn't believe it. Like
Every day we
the
were getting
Nifty,
notified something
the
new
Nifty
was
50 stuff
we
was
could
so
grab.
nice.
Yeah,
It was so nice.
it is
It was.
nice.
It is nice. I still have one of everything, and it's going to come to the July pin event. If you're interested, I'll have it.
Yeah.
Limited release Orange Bird. Look at that. Orange, you glad we met? You met me. 35. We're going to run that at 31. I think the problem is the pictures never do justice for the pins, and then they showed the 25-year anniversary pins at the pin trading night, and everyone lost their collective minds because you got to see and touch the pins, and you're like, "Holy crap,
Oh,
these
yeah.
are amazing!"
It's great.
Like, and I was like, "Do you mind if I just pop these 10 Figment pins? I'll have them right back to you. I just want to analyze them, and I swear I'll get them right back to you."
Yeah, congrats. Do you happen to have the Tweedledee from the Disneyland 25 set? Last, I need to complete the whole set. Oh, 25 set Disneyland.
Oh, is it the 25 traders?
Oh,
So, Treasures of the Walt Disney Archives, what was the bell called? Philadelphia Liberty Bell. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. 25 22 bucks.
there we go.
I'm gonna go take a nap now, guys.
25th Hidden Disney sets. I don't know.
I don't know if we have it right now.
We haven't looked at our hidden Disney pins
In forever.
almost a month now. Normally we try to have a show on Tuesdays to showcase it, but we've been doing other things. So
Oh, do you?
just dabbling. Congrats.
I haven't done. Does anybody need the Moana puzzle, including the chasers?
Oh my god.
It's the full set. Does anybody need any of those? I just need to check. And then there's these.
Richard did post a video on Instagram about RSPs and how to do the selection process and everything. So,
What's that? Oh, Ariel,
how much for
Tiana.
Kakamora?
How much for Kakamora? How much you got? These I am not running today. I am showing today. But yeah, these are I gotta price these still. So I still gotta go through.
$5.
$5. $1 start, guys. Let's go.
What set is Headless from?
That's from the Mr. Was it Mr. Toad and Ichabod? I think.
Happy
Sleepy
Friday.
Hollow. The Sleepy Hollow Toad. Okay, so limited edition of 4,000. Candy Cane Day. Jack Skellington. 27 bucks.
I know that there's a lot of people out there that absolutely love adorbs. We're not like adorbs people.
It's like
We get
I
them as trades. That's about it.
yeah, I get them as trades, and then I give you guys first crack at them.
Right.
And I will be honest, every time I show them, they're gone.
They're gone. Yeah. So
Like
you guys do obviously like them, but we just don't get them, I guess.
I think what turned me off. What about Figment Adorb? They're no, don't Jeff. Don't you wish that into existence? Don't you wish that it?
I did put a giveaway up for you guys, so make sure you get in on that.
The thing that I don't like about them is we had them in the beginning when they first started coming out,
Yeah.
and they started rubbing. Like the paint would rub off on them. So I
Yeah, you
wasn't.
miss eyeballs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
So I
I
literally didn't. I
agree.
didn't like getting them in collections.
Yeah.
Destination D23 Figment Adore. Jeff, you shut your mouth. Limited edition of 3,000 from the artist series. This was a quarterly series 2 years ago. $40 normally. We're gonna run that at 36 bucks.
36. How do you know if a pin's a chaser or a super? Do you have distinguishing marks? I think it says on the back of the
I mean,
pin
on the
actually.
actual Disney
Yeah.
hidden Disney pins, they
The
say
hidden
on the back of
Disney's,
them.
they say it for sure. Do the adorbs say that they're hidden, or is it just
It's
based
just
on
the
the
limited
release
edition
size?
size, yeah,
Yeah.
based on limited edition size.
So the box will tell you that there's X amount of
Hmm.
super chaser and chaser and what size they are.
Samantha, congratulations. Yeah, they aren't on the box, but you know the
Oh, I
limited
thought it was
edition.
on the box.
Well, no, no, they only show the picture of it and they tell you what the limited edition sizes are.
Right.
So that's on the
And hidden.
box, but not the actual picture of it.
Right.
This I don't even think people realize what these were because like these didn't get pulled on until deep into it. So limited edition of 600. Look at that card. Julie's like, I don't want to ship that.
Yay.
I don't want to ship
Ship
that. Limited edition 600 Ariel.
this.
60 bucks normally. We're gonna run that at 54 bucks.
I'm interested in collecting all the stitch pins. How do you know all the pins of characters do exist?
So go to pinpicks.com and click on that. And when you type in Stitch in the search bar, it'll bring up every single Stitch there is. I would suggest going oldest or newest to oldest. If you do newest, you'll see everything that's come out lately.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit easier.
They have been posting pictures of pins that aren't released yet, though.
Hmm?
The ones that are
Jessica,
coming soon. So just be aware of that.
Jessica, congratulations. Limited edition of 600 Genie. And if you notice, they all have a gem at the very bottom or a gem somewhere in them. But yeah, they all have a cool big gem. So Genie's next one, he's 45 normally. We're going to run him at 40 bucks.
40 bucks. There we go.
We have about 2.5 buckets left, probably 3 of buckets of what you pulled for today. And then we can go from there.
Yes. So
I really
Samantha,
didn't eat lunch, so I'm getting hungry.
Samantha mentioned at the beginning of the show she wasn't sure if her pins got pulled. So at that point, if you knew that you wanted something pulled that didn't get pulled, you can let us know.
Mhm. You can go to the picture and say, "Oh, it's in picture number 3 because each one has a number, and then it was this. Give me a description, and I can look and see."
Yes. Chippendale.
Chippendale, and then theirs is a flower gem
Nice.
up in the top corner. 45. We're gonna run that at 40.
Giveaway is going to go in 15 seconds. So get in on that.
I mean, Stitch is a problem because there's so many expensive pins of Stitch. So if you're looking to complete Stitch, just be ready because the profile pin's about $3,000. Like that's nobody's been budging off that price for a very long time.
I saw grandma's name come across. That's hilarious. That's right. Congratulations. You got the giveaway.
And
And then tweet, tweet, woo. Congratulations. You got the
there
pin.
you go. And then also from that series, it is Sadness and Joy.
Oh, so
And
cute.
there is one of the balls is a gem. So they could have done multiple gems on that one. 50 normally, we're going to run that at 45.
Fine. There we go.
And I think all of those were pulled except for one. One was not pulled, but that's Albert the monkey because people in the US have no idea who Albert the monkey is. Even though it's the one ride that if you were to say, "Hey, what ride would you want to go on if you could go on any ride outside of the US?"
It
That's
would be
the
that one.
Mystic Manor is the one I would want to go on.
Congratulations. Oops, ouch.
Just punch
Set
the
it
card,
down.
ma'am.
Set it down. Don't hand it to me.
Limited edition of 5,000. It is the pass holder pin for the Food and Wine Festival. 25 normally we run that 22.
All right. So what is Disney's obsession with grape soda? I asked a cast member and she didn't know, but
It's
they
from Up.
also use grape soda to reward cast.
Hmm.
Not sure about that, but like Richard said, B Patel can. Oh, it's still going. Sorry,
Hmm.
but like Richard said, grape soda is specifically from the movie Up. So I don't know, and they do the wilderness
I mean, I think it's
reward
something. I think
thing.
it's something to do with that.
Peter Cow 67. Thank you so much for your first purchase at Big with Figment. I couldn't say.
Welcome to the Figment family. This might be my favorite spinner, Julie. Julie, Julie, are you ready?
Okay, let's see.
It's the Wally spinner,
Nice.
and it's got the boot with the plant in it.
Yes.
So the Wally spinner, amazing. 27 bucks on that.
Grandma Fog. Do we have any Grandma Fog?
Oh, not in today's show, but with Mulan coming up, we do have some of those coming down the pipeline. I didn't price anything to put into today's show, but I'm going to be pricing a ton of Mulan stuff because that was one of the primary collections that we got in these boxes.
Hope 347526. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Big McGuy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family, Julie. I don't know. I like that one a lot, but this one might be my favorite.
So much today.
Look, his cane is one of the things
Oh
on the
my
spinner.
god.
His cane with the tennis balls is one of the things on the spinner.
That's so great.
27 bucks.
Any bolt?
I don't think there's any bolt today.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think I saw any. The king is an icon. And these are spinner pins. It's just in
Yes.
plastic right now.
And don't forget, we do have a turkey leg pin in today's show.
Clever lettuce. Congrats. We do.
Are you cane complete? I don't know. You probably wouldn't be because I think the cane is in multiple pins
He has it in
with
a lot.
Carl. Carl does have a multiple of them in there. Julie, I don't know. That one was really cute. But what about the Cars one? 27 on the Cars pin.
Those are fun.
I love them all. Turkey leg complete. The turkey leg is a hard one because you have to get the Tiny Kingdom, and that's one of the more expensive Tiny Kingdom pins.
I feel like I've seen Goofy with a turkey leg before.
There's been multiple pins with turkey legs, so even with
So there
just
might
this
be more
one,
than just
yeah.
this. Yeah, for sure. Congrats, Elisa.
Lisa, great grab. We had the pre-production of the Eeyore pin. Remember, it was Happy Poo Year
Yes.
instead of Happy New
That's
Year.
right. That was in the
So we
last
had the
show.
pre-production. This is the normal one, limited edition of 2,500 with Tigger, Happy Poo Year. 27 bucks on that.
Adorable. That's right. There we go. Stitch with turkey leg. Uh-oh. Multiple stitch with turkey leg. Oh
We got some good Stitch coming up
no.
very soon in the pile over
And
here.
then Disney Mom, congrats.
Stitch is the Evil Queen. 27 bucks.
$27. There we go. Shanghai. Is that one of those
Which one?
parks that you would want to go to?
I want to go to every park.
Yeah.
I told Julie, it might be when the kids are finally out of school. We're going to go to every park. We're going to sell in every park on Whatnot.
No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna sell in
Oh,
every park.
I mean,
You can't
we're gonna
do
sell in the
that.
hotel off of property
Off of
on every
property.
off property in every park. Are you guys gonna go to the new park in Dubai? I mean, if I want to go to every
Congrats,
park,
Jen.
I got to go to
I
every
feel like
park
you need to be sponsored to go there.
to go to Dubai.
Yeah. You'd have to have someone sponsor you. Like Disney would have to send you there.
Stitch as Yzma with
Oh my gosh, how
yeah,
funny.
Stitch with Yzma and Scrump is Kronk. Or not Kronk, he's oh my gosh, I can't even think of his name. There's Kronk down there. The duck is Kronk. So that's going to be 27 also.
27.
Cusco, thank you. And that's the poison for Cusco. You know, Cusco's
Uh-huh.
poison.
That makes sense. Have you been to an international park?
Oh, I have been to Paris, but it was before they had the second park. I went with my parents. We did go to Paris. I have not been to Tokyo. Haven't been to Hong Kong. Julie doesn't like to. Well, Julie has
I was
never
about to
traveled.
say,
Julie has
Julie
never
doesn't like to
traveled outside
travel.
of the U.S. We'll just say that.
Samantha, congratulations. It's just not really an interest of mine to go, overseas, to go to a park. That's all. Would I have fun? Of course.
Stitch is Ariel. Scrump is no, Stitch is Ursula. Ariel, $27. Yeah, extremely long flights. That's one of the
And the
problems.
longest flight I've ever been on was just last week. Was that
Five and a
last
half,
weekend?
5.5 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5.5 hours. That was
to
the
Disneyland.
longest that I have been on a flight. So, and it wasn't that bad
Yeah,
actually.
but the longest you've been on a flight to then turn around 3 days later and come back
And do
home.
it again.
Like that's
Yeah, it was a lot.
if I do it again, I'm staying out there longer.
I want to stay out there longer for
I'm
sure.
gonna tell my boss, I'm like, I don't care what you do at the room. I'm not coming. If I'm flying out there, I'm staying out there for a week and a half.
I don't know, Samantha. Yes, and the best part is he didn't even get any vacation time for going. So,
No,
his works best. Oh, how cute!
it's Marie and her brothers. Toulouse, Berlioz, $22.
Yeah, it was hard leaving California and hearing everybody that was still staying. It was like,
Oh, we're
oh,
seeing the
I'm already
stories.
staying.
Seeing the stories. I thought about, man, all that content I could have filmed. I filmed a lot of content in a very short period of time.
Congrats, Samantha.
Me and my father-in-law went out yesterday pin trading and we ate at Steakhouse 71 and I filmed 7 videos in the matter of 2.5 hours. Like I was on point with okay, this is my vision of what I want to film, and then I jumped to it. Shanghai Marie Cutie, 27 on that one.
Yes, the weather was beautiful.
Weather was gorgeous. It was cooler when
It
you
was like
woke up.
60s in the morning and evening, and then like mid
Hmm.
70s. It was the most beautiful weather. So I would love to visit again this time of year.
She's a party cat.
Lorraine, congrats.
do you
Oh,
do you like the gigantic eyes, Julie?
and she's got like a dangle.
Yeah, it's the
That's the
castle.
castle.
So these are Shanghai also. 25 normally. We're gonna run that for $22.
There we go. Anime, yeah. This is your anime
This
Tiana.
is the anime Tiana.
That's very correct. So yesterday when we went to the anime festival, I took my kids and then my mom was with us, and we went to Jacksonville. And our oldest, Lizzie, ended up dressing as Phineas and Ferb. Well, Phineas from
Phineas from
Phineas
Phineas
and
and Ferb.
Ferb,
Yep.
and had 18 people stop to take pictures with her costumed up. It was amazing. Everywhere we went, Phineas. It was
Had
the best.
such a good time.
Yeah, it was the best.
Finding Nemo spinner. $27. Let's go.
Where's the plastic for that one?
That one didn't have it.
That one didn't have plastic.
Yeah.
Plastic not included.
Plastic not included.
But yeah, it was great. I'm going to Tokyo Disney next month.
Oh, I
My
want to go.
longest flight. Kathy He.
Australia was 14 or 16 hours. Woo!
Therese said she was in a plane for 18 hours, then had to get in another plane for an hour and a half
Wow.
to get to the final destination.
Oh, don't say that. Final
Not
Destination.
that.
Oh, okay. Cinderella from the like anime series, 22 bucks.
I would have to agree. IOP Surfer, 8-hour flight is better than an 8-hour work shift.
That is
I
true.
would sit on a plane, sure.
Watch a movie, take a
Yes,
nap, all that stuff.
I would do that. Samantha,
Ariel. Gonna do 22 on Ariel.
can someone type that out for Misty? That these are open edition pins. 'Cause we ran the Nemo earlier, didn't we? Anyway.
Samantha just got payment fixed and jump in there last second.
Aw,
So
I didn't even notice
I
that
didn't
was in
realize,
there. Sorry,
Samantha.
Samantha.
Sorry about that. There you go. Still got it.
I'm gonna put a giveaway up.
So Julie, those other spinners were really nice, but
All right,
this one might be my favorite.
giveaways up and running.
Nightmare Before Christmas spinner, 27 bucks.
27. There you go.
I mean, your best bet is going to be buying secondary. I have to buy a lot of sets secondary. So like I'm buying them paying much more than what they originally paid for them.
Me, Mandy, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Julie, I don't know. I like that other one,
Hi, Mike.
but this spinner might be my favorite. Hey, Mike. Toy Story,
So how many are in this
27.
set?
I don't know. I got one more.
If there's 10 of the autograph ones, maybe there's 10 of these ones.
Um, I'm gonna say is I got one more, and the last one might be my favorite one.
I don't know. You said the one was your favorite, but it wasn't the cats. The cats would have been my favorite.
They don't have a cats. Not in here.
Of the
Oh, the
other
autograph
series.
books. I have four more of
No,
those.
not the autograph book. It was the I don't know, it was from earlier.
Oh, the mothers
Yes.
hugging. Okay,
Kathy He.
I think the Kevin one was the best one.
I know you saved him for last,
Yeah,
but I would have saved her.
Marie would have been the last one.
Yeah.
Turning Red. Four Town Forever. Do you want to be Four Town complete?
That is amazing.
I know somebody out there that only collects Four Town pins.
That's fun.
All these Pixar pins, yet no Remy. That's a good thing, though, right?
Ooh, How to Train Your Dragon, the live one came out.
I think it did this week.
I Lost Wonderland. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family.
Actually, it's Lost Wonderland.
Lost it.
Wonderland.
Yes.
Sorry.
Autograph book. It is Toy Story. And that is going to be $22 on the Toy Story autograph book.
I think that the How to Train Your Dragon live one, it looks really good. And I'm
The
happy
Alien
Gerard
signature.
Butler's in it.
Yes, I was glad Gerard Butler basically was redoing the part that he basically voiced.
Yeah. It was awesome. All right, Clever Lettuce.
The kid who plays Hiccup, Julie, do you know who he
Looks
is?
familiar, but
Black
no.
Phone.
Oh.
He's the kid from the Black Phone.
That's why he looks so familiar.
Yeah. So we've got Kristoff. I love that. Kristoff, Elsa, Anna, and Olaf. 22 on that one.
There we go. That's amazing. I didn't realize that. And aren't they doing a Black Phone too? Is he gonna be
Yes,
in it?
he is
Also?
also in that
That's
movie.
great.
Yes, he's in that movie also.
He's a good actor. Congrats, Samantha.
Well, I mean, he's already signed on to do two more sequels to these movies. So
Oh.
I would
Shoot
assume,
it back to back before he gets too big.
yeah, before he gets too old, shoot the last two back to back,
Yeah.
and then just have them come out like a year apart, like they did with Wicked.
Yeah.
Limited edition of 2,400, the Happily Ever After series. I love this series. Tiana, Double Mover, 55 normally. We're gonna run that at 49 bucks.
There we go. I don't know actors' names.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
I know that
I'm
guy.
bad at that. I always have to look it up. Congrats, Tawny.
Next autograph book. It is Nightmare Before Christmas. I do love they show the lock, shock, and barrel, but they don't have their autographs in there.
Huh.
So 22 on that one.
So, does anyone have plans for Father's Day for tonight? Are you going
I'm going to Chili's.
out to dinner?
I'm
Yes, we're going out to dinner.
going to Chili's.
It doesn't have to be Chili's if you don't want it. I
I'm
was the one that chose.
I'm fine with Chili's.
But
I could go for some fajitas. I think I could do some fajitas.
Ooh, my parents are out of country. Oh boy.
Samantha.
Oh, I forgot there was a giveaway running. Otherwise, I would have said something. Captain Daly, congrats. You got the giveaway.
Next, villains. Look at the Ursula one with the tentacles.
Barbecue and swimming. Nice.
Hades. That pool looks very inviting right now. $22 for the villains signature book.
Grilling with my dad. I usually get the steak at Chili's. Shannon, oh no, you can't get the steak at Chili's.
Oh,
Not at our Chili's.
that was the worst
Richard
steak.
got it once.
I'm kidding. I'm not joking, and it might be good anywhere else.
Right.
That was the worst steak I've had at a restaurant
Yes.
ever. And I'm not joking.
It looked so sad.
It looked like they boiled my steak.
Clever lettuce, congrats. Friends
Get
have
the
so many issues with chili steak.
get the chicken crispers.
Yeah, it was like they just broiled it or something. I don't know. It was
It did not
it
look.
didn't look appetizing, that's for sure. I felt bad for him.
Turkey leg, Chippendale. Turkey leg is all rubberized. 30 normally. We're gonna run that at 27.
7, that's adorable. As soon as the show is over, it is swim time for sure. It would be nice to go swimming tonight.
I'm all
Not
for
gonna
it. You got to
lie.
convince yourself that you want to go swimming. I
Well,
want to
I
go
have to
swimming.
package up packages, and that's the thing that usually stops me from having fun.
Well, we could go swimming, and if you wanted to package up a little bit, you could.
Tweet tweet, congrats.
Congratulations. Limited edition of 1500 Mad Tea Party. This was for the 40th anniversary of Walt Disney World. 35 normally. We're going to go ahead and run that at 31 bucks.
Yes, chili queso is very good. Our youngest gets it every
Queso
time. That's what
swears
she
by the queso.
orders.
She
Yeah.
orders like the queso with fries
Do you know who else
to
has
dip
the
fries in
best
there.
queso? Is Applebee's.
Applebee's
They
does
have
have.
like a beer.
I thought you were going to say
I was gonna
butt.
say butter.
They have a
I was
butt.
gonna say butter, but it's a beer queso.
This is the point in time, a guy.
So
This is
good.
the point in time in Figment Guy Pin show where we make everyone hungry.
Yes, we usually do that.
We do that. Sundays
Congrats,
are good for
Mitchell.
making everyone hungry.
Very true.
Oh, limited edition of 500. This was from the Pin Trading Nights. You could only get this if you went to the Pin Trading Nights. $50 normally for Cinderella. We're gonna run that at 45 bucks.
I used to love Fridays had the best queso.
Oh,
And they put like meat in the middle of it and you
let's
could
let's
mix it
talk
up.
about this.
But we don't eat there anymore because the
They don't.
only ones that we have are in a tourist area.
They closed it.
They closed
They
it?
closed it. Doesn't even
Oh,
exist
never
anymore.
mind. Apparently it doesn't exist anymore.
They closed it. Like
Congrats now.
you would think it would have been good, but they closed it.
Well, the last time we went was when we first moved here, and it was a tourist area, and it was just so expensive, and it just wasn't worth. It wasn't like the ones that we always visited in
Mm.
Ohio.
Yep.
So.
So we've got Cheshire Practically Perfect. Limited edition of 1500 gold card series. $30 normally. We're gonna run that at 27 bucks.
Pretty sure Fridays went bankrupt. No one knew. That is
It just
sad.
happened.
We used to go there all the time when we lived in Ohio. That
Oh,
was our place to go.
that was one of them.
One of the places to go. Yeah, we eat out a lot.
We like food.
Yeah.
Shocker, the fat man likes food.
Angie Moss, congratulations.
Limited edition of 1,000. Valiant and Villainous. So you got Cheshire on the teapot and Alice 40 normally. We're gonna run that at 36 bucks.
36. I'm not caught up on all of the Mission Impossibles. I honestly feel like Mission Impossible 2 with Tom Cruise was probably the last
I'll
time
be
I
honest.
watched it.
The one before the one that had Henry Cavill, not the one that had Henry Cavill, the one that was before Henry Cavill. And the funny thing is, I love Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
You would have thought I would have watched that one, but I haven't watched any since then.
Congrats, Angie.
Have we been to Friendlies recently? We went
It was a few weeks ago for Isabel's birthday.
probably about 3 weeks
So it
or
was on
so.
May 24th, I think, that we went exactly on Isabel's
Yeah,
birthday.
Haley, we went. It was good.
Yeah, we went to the one that is the newest one, though, because it's actually closer. It's the one by Vineland.
Hmm. Pin Trading Carnival 2025 Scrump. I love this pin so much. $30 normally. We're gonna run him at 27. He's a limited edition of 1200.
Yeah, so we've talked about it before, but if you're new here, we've got two friendlies in the Orlando area,
And you probably have none.
and friendlies disappeared
Everywhere.
everywhere. The only thing I would say about friendlies is when you go to it, it is very slow, but it's always very good. Like we've never had a bad meal at friendlies. It's just you
It's
are
taken a
going to
while to
have
get
a
it.
very
Yeah.
long wait. Congrats, Julie.
And
Make
it's
sure
over.
you click on that little circle up the top because you have a coupon now.
Mhm.
So make sure you unlock that coupon before you make another purchase.
WDI Dash. Look at that. Limited edition 300. This is a heavy. This whole series is like jumbo, mini jumbo. 60 normally. We're gonna run that at 54 bucks. Have you ate at Sicky's? No, it's a burger place.
That
So it's
one with the
surprising we
cars,
haven't
right?
gone to it.
Has that card?
Yes.
Yeah, we haven't. We passed by it. Oh no,
Undiagnosed lactose intolerance.
Yeah.
Gee Willie, good grab.
It's good in small doses.
Um, the 15th anniversary of Toy Story 3 pin. This was released at Pin Trading Nights. I think this did come out in the parks. Limited edition of 2035. Normally, we're gonna run that at 31 bucks.
Desiree said that they have a friendlies over by them.
Awesome.
So that's nice to hear.
I mean, it's good that there's friendlies.
Congrats, Ashley.
I was surprised though when they were saying that they were opening up a new location. I thought they were going to shut down the other location, but that one must be profitable
Yeah.
if it's still open. Valiant and Villainous. Um, Maleficent on the shield there. Aurora. Limited edition of 1,040. Normally we're gonna run that at 36. Sickies is my favorite, Cindy says.
Oh,
We're gonna have to make a
I'll have to
trip.
try it.
Maybe Wednesday.
Is that over by Vineland?
It's
Or
on
is that on
192.
192?
192. It's on the side that's over by Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
That side.
I remember passing that.
Bertucci's is my favorite. I don't know what Bertucci's is.
Sounds Italian. Is it an Italian restaurant?
Did you know they're building a Carrabba's over here by us?
Yeah, it's over at Champions Gate.
Yeah. Like they
I
needed
think
another.
it's across from Olive
It's
Garden.
across from Olive Garden. Yeah.
Angie Moss. Congrats.
Hey, do you want to go to the one Italian restaurant or the other Italian restaurant? I want to go to the one that makes me feel like I'm family. Limited release, the Legacy Collection Alice in Wonderland 70th anniversary. 30 normally, we're going to run that at 27.
The only issue I have with Carrabba's is we went a long time ago in Ohio, and they had like slivers of garlic in my fettuccine alfredo.
You did not like
And
that. I
was
remember
like,
that.
what am I crunching on? I was so confused. And then I got the taste of the garlic and I was so thrown off.
Like
So
the olive oil and bread, that was really good. All that was
So
really good.
And it was nice because at that point, I don't know if they still do it, but our kids were young then and they
Mhm.
could draw on the table covers, which was really
Yes.
nice. They just put like a big roll of paper out. Nayli, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Mr. Narwhal's here.
So we had, do you know this series, Julie?
Oh, yes.
So we had Ariel in the other show.
We got another pop up.
Smexy Minnie
She's
Mouse.
looking fabulous.
You're showing too much shoulder. I love these pins. Like I want more of these. Release more of these, Disney. 35 normally, we're gonna run it at 31 bucks.
There you go. Yeah, nothing beats Friendlies. I love Friendlies. We grew up with it, and then they closed all of the Ohio locations, and we were sad until we moved here, and we were like, "Holy cow, there's Friendlies," and it's only like 25 minutes away. So it was awesome.
There's another place that's here that we haven't gone to because it's about an hour away
Congrats, Trav.
from when we were living in Ohio, and that's Donato's Pizza.
Yeah, we haven't found it yet. We haven't
We
gone
haven't
there.
gone to look for it yet. Limited edition of 2,500 Alice in Wonderland, the 55th anniversary of it. 35 normally. We're going to go ahead and run that at 31 bucks. Mike Pass and I miss California Pizza Kitchen. It's at the Florida Mall.
Oh yeah.
So if you make a trip to go to the Florida Mall, which the Florida Mall is actually the one mall in America that doesn't look like it's dying. So just so you guys know that. Like if you do come to go to a mall, that is a mall to go to.
So Friday is filed in November for bankruptcy. Congrats, Maylee.
Limited edition of 250 Cars Disney Store exclusive pin, $80. We're gonna run that at 72 bucks.
That moves you. There we go. So I know it's not pin related, but what are your thoughts on annual pass for out of state people? Love to hear people's thoughts. I personally don't mind it. I know some people that live here get upset by it, but we were out of state pass holders at one point,
When
and
we lived in Ohio.
we weren't always here, but we would come here, a couple of times a year, and we loved it. So I don't hate on anybody if they are out of state and want it.
Congratulations,
Yes,
Jessica. I will say the biggest thing about it is you have to justify having it.
you have to travel for
You
it.
have to travel and you have to basically Fort Wilderness Railroad from the Florida Project with the um, postcard and everything. Limited edition of 250 and $60 normally. We're gonna run that at 54 bucks. Another fun one for Julie to package up. But yeah, we justified it because if you made two trips down here, it paid for it.
Yeah. And
So
we were only pass holders for a year
mhm,
before we moved down here. So it was very brief. William Ben, congrats.
that was one of my bucket list items was to
Yeah.
become an annual pass holder.
And because we knew we were coming here 3 times one year.
Yep.
That's why we became pass holders because we're like, well, we're going to be there anyway. So we might as well just sign up for it.
We were going to plan on doing two trips with the kids, but then there was a wedding thrown in there
Yeah.
for one of my nieces, and we were
Well,
able
then
to.
of course we'll go.
We'll go to a wedding. I like weddings.
In Tampa?
There's
Cool.
steak.
Stay at
Yes.
yeah, it was fun.
um. So the Walt Disney Treasures series again, D23, all the seven dwarfs. 27 is what we're going to run that at.
There we go. Which event are you coming to, Mr. Miscellaneous?
I think they're coming to the September event.
September?
I think they're going to be at the Disney event,
Awesome.
the big one in
The
September.
big
Okay.
one. That'll be so much fun. All right,
Clever
clever
lettuce. Congratulations.
it's a plus too because we're going to be staying on property and I love staying on property.
Hmm.
So I'm even more excited for just that.
Your guys' event as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be at Grandestino Towers is where we're staying while we're there.
Yeah.
Limited release from the D23 Expo in 2011. $35 normally. We're gonna run that at 31 bucks.
We should probably start saying at the beginning of the show when we're talking about our events that if you're coming to the Disney event on September 20th, we also have the co-hosted one with Gopin Pro on the
Hmm.
21st. But at the beginning of the month, we've got September 6th. We also have an event. So
Yes,
we
the
have our
week
own event.
after.
So there's a
So
lot going on
you see
in
on
September.
there we have the September event, September 6th,
We've got
underneath
the
July.
31st, we've got the September 6th, we've got the September 21st.
And that'll be at
There's a
our
lot.
normal location that we have it.
Congrats, Dad.
Walt Disney, the animator series that is limited edition of 5,000 and 25 bucks. We're going to run that at 22 bucks.
There you go. I put a giveaway up. It's probably the last because I think we're winding down here. He's finishing up the bucket that you guys pulled. So get in on that.
Dollar store boards, like I said, I have 7 boards made up already. We're probably going to have 10 boards total, but they are probably, I said this beginning of the show, best boards I probably have put together in
Mm,
quite a long time.
very excited. Me, Mandy, congrats.
Congratulations. 10th anniversary of pin trading. Stitch limited edition of 2000. $40 normally. We're gonna run that at 36 bucks.
There we go. If we are coming to the event after Destination D23, do we need to RSVP? I don't
No.
think that they set it up because the Goken Pro set up the event page, and I don't think they added it for that event. But it is a smaller event
Hmm.
location, so
Mission J, congratulations. Another one of the fairy tale pins, Snow White, and then of course seven dwarfs pop out from both sides with the double mover. 50 normally. We're gonna run that at 45.
there we go.
Yeah, no reason to RSVP for that event. They didn't set it up for that event. The arena event, because there's a lot of food involved and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's there. We kind of want to have a not a wonderful idea, but we got to have a decent idea of what it is.
JRC Beach, congrats.
Next, Flying Fish, which is one of the restaurants over on the boardwalk. This is a piece of history. So on this one, Flying Fish Restaurant Boardwalk was named after the famous Coney Island roller coaster, which sported the image of flying fish decorated. Blah 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 blah. This features one of the parachute-themed lighting fixtures, which the fish, which from which the fish were suspended. It looks like a shredded
Yes,
parachute.
we did already run the Remy pin earlier, so that was already sold.
40 normally. We're going to run that at 36.
There we go. You know anything about Disney Plus experience pins that were at the pop up in Anaheim?
I know that they're kind of
I
cool.
think they're all bringing those pins to the park.
I don't think they're going to bring those to the parks at all. And they're really cool. And I wish there's like a Phineas and Ferb pins. There's Lizzie McGuire pins in there.
Wait, wait, woo! Congratulations! 5 seconds to get in on the giveaway before it runs. Get in there.
Alice in Wonderland, limited edition of 2000. This one is for the, I thought it was an anniversary, but limited edition of 2000, 25 normally. We're going to run that at 22 bucks.
Not Amelia. Congrats, you got the giveaway. Congrats.
Congrats.
Disney Guy Pins pen coming your way.
It's the best.
Woo! It is the best. I love the pen. It's my favorite giveaway. And you got one, two, one, two.
Chaos Girl, congratulations. Limited edition of 1,000 gold gold card. $30 for the Mickey and Minnie train. Of course, it has different cars connect to it. We're gonna run that at 27 bucks. That was on my wish list. Well, you got it. Wake up, Julie.
It is kind of like one of those days. It's just kind of a mellow day.
It's like a
A little mellow.
nice calm day.
I know.
I feel calm
But
today.
it's probably because it was such a busy day yesterday.
There was a lot going on.
JSR, congrats. Yeah, I mean, I drove probably for almost 6 hours yesterday. So
Mickey's Wild West Show, limited edition of 500 Disney auctions. 45 normally. We're going to run that at 40 bucks.
did you run any of the celestial ornaments? Did I miss that?
Nobody asked for those to be run.
If here we can actually pull, if you guys had anything that you saw pictures of that you didn't see us run, shout it out and we can pull those.
There was some there
before
was some
we
Graily Grail Cars pins also that I'm surprised nobody pulled. Limited release, Miss Piggy. This was the other one we pulled from the box that we found randomly here.
Yeah,
27 bucks for Miss Piggy.
there we go. Yes, so if there's anything else that you guys want run, this is actually right now Miss Piggy is the last pin we were running today. But if there was something else that you wanted run, now's your chance. Otherwise, I don't know when it'll show up next.
Jill MC, congratulations. So these are the celestial pins that they're talking about. So like It is the big card. We had the other ones earlier, and they're kind of see through, but this is like frozen for the snowflake. So just put 36. That's what the
All right.
thing started.
Yes, we are running an event with GoPin Pro on September 21st. So it'll be that Sunday right after the big Disney event.
Samantha's throwing stuff out here. Let's see. Samantha
And one Stitch Action
got that.
2021 stamp Ariel.
2021 stamp Ariel.
Unless I'm reading it wrong.
Oh, 2021 stamp is Sisu. There we go.
Hallieku47072, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Limited edition of 600. This is the Castle pin. So that is 45. We'll run that at $40. 2021 was Sisu, so I got that. Ariel was already ran in the show earlier today. Ballets, I can pull the ballets. And then Luca Reflection. Luca Reflection was in bin 5. Okay.
Cindy, congratulations. Film Magic Alex.
Which bin?
And Sebastian.
$40 for this is the Mystic Manor one, so that'd be $36. And Can Sebastian is pulled. We'll run that here in a minute.
Not the Bell Ballerina. Oh, that's Desiree saying. Not the Bell Ballerina.
I'll show. So it's a Small World Celestial one. That's gonna be $40.
There we go. Yeah, so Angie Moss, if you want to let us know. Okay, it was Alice in Wonderland from board 3.
Film Magic.
Film Magic.
Got it.
Yep. Dumbo and the Tea.
They're coming up next.
Okay.
So yeah, we do those next, cast girl.
Hey, Renee, you hit fragments here. So before you make any purchases, make sure you click on that little circle up at the top and redeem the coupon.
Tinkerbell's block. So that's 40. We're gonna run that at 36.
6.
Bin 13, that Marie has already been running the show.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I condensed it down. There was 2 posts going on. There's the original post, and then there's that has 13 pictures,
Yeah.
and then there's the post that has 7 pictures. That's the one I'm kind of working off of right now.
Right. Chaos Girl.
Yeah, this series is gorgeous, and when you take it off, you'll be able to see it is like a almost like a stained glass on it also. So they're very pretty pins. Dumbo 45. He's gonna be $40.
2 for Tiana. 40. There we go. Do you know what bin T for Tiana is?
Is that even a thing?
I don't know.
I don't think that's a thing,
I
man.
don't know. I'm just reading it. T is for Tiana. Or Tina. Oh, I read it wrong anyway. It's T for Tina. Akila, congrats. That's my name, lol.
Julie's just like Tiana, and I'm like, I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, I don't think that says Tiana, but I'm not gonna correct her. It's Father's Day.
Yeah.
I love this because Mickey actually goes up and down in the back. He moves up and down. So 120 on this. He's gonna go for $12 off. 108.
There we go. If we missed your response, if anyone up above was asking for something run and we missed it, you can shout it out again. There was a bunch at the same time.
Do I have any more Rapunzels in this stream? Probably not, except for
I have a Grail in the buy it now if you're interested in a Grail. Congrats, Samantha. You got the Stitch.
there's that Rapunzel also. That would be a $85 start. Limited edition of 300. I think that might be the only one that I had in for today's show. Sisu stamp 150. It's going to be 135. How can we see what's available? If you go to the post on either Pin Trading Disney, it's not going to focus on it right now, or on my Instagram, the Figment guy. I have them in my stories, the 7 pictures of pins. We did run a whole bunch of stuff. Samantha, congratulations.
Alberto?
One,
Is that his name? Alberto?
the guy from Luca. So 160. So it's going to be $16 off. 150, 144,
144?
144. Showing the September event at GoPin Pro.
Show me response right now. Oh, no, we actually we have rented out a big, humongous 33,000 square foot arena.
Yeah. So like the one we're going to, it's actually at an arena. So it's not. We have already sold 199 tables. Tables are going quick. If you want to get a table, you got to get it now. Speak now or forever hold your peace, or you're gonna be walking around carrying 7 bags.
We'll have we have a link set up under the Figment guy on Instagram. So
This is another Rapunzel. Rapunzel limited edition of 250 ballerina. She's gonna be 315.
315. How can we see? Okay. Oh, you already answered
Yep.
that. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. And actually, I can put another giveaway up because we've hit 140.
So I'm gonna run something else because Samantha's bank's like, "What are you
I know,
doing?"
Samantha.
So Samantha's getting some Graily Grails in the mail. This is a spinner. This was the Film Magic Alice in Wonderland. So normally 60, we're gonna run that at 54 bucks. And Samantha got a payment fix. So
All right, 54. Here we go.
yeah, there was a whole bunch of reflections. Like the aerial. Wow, that's gorgeous.
We need to stop for just 1 second.
And sell this aerial reflections pin for $1,800.
No, I was gonna say point out Fancy because she's adorable. So Fancy's stretching. She's like, no, I'm
She's like,
not.
I'm not. You caught me
I
on camera.
wasn't doing that.
Fancy stretch.
Fancy pants.
Oh, I'm gonna get comfy again.
She's like, I did no such thing.
She's like, you did
That
not
was
catch me on it. That was adorable. Belle Ballerina. Normally 400. We're gonna run it for 360.
There we go. Did we get everybody else's poll? We
I
got
think so. I've got
Cinderella
another
and
I got another
Sebastian.
ballerina, and then I've got the Sebastian.
Samantha, congrats.
Samantha again. Your bank is like no. So we're gonna run the Sebastian.
Sebastian will be next.
We'll run Sebastian next. Limited edition 400. I love the paint cans. Paint cans that I did have available still that did not get pulled. Gaston, Tuk Tuk, and Raja were paint cans that did not get pulled for the show today that I have sitting over here. So normally 75. We're gonna run this at 67.
If there's something that you want run from that post, let us know right now, right here,
Mhm.
because we're not active with the post in the group at the moment.
Yes,
So, Raja, please.
I got
And yeah,
Raja
if
pulled.
there's something that you see that you want us to run,
Mel,
please do
congratulations.
that.
And we got Raja from the paint can series. And that is so that's gonna be 63 bucks on that.
63.
Yeah, those were just ones because I saw that series. I'm like, oh, I might as well shout it out because I was literally looking right at it.
Sword in the Stone supporting cast.
That's not in the show today.
Okay,
They're just shouting out random things they want.
Sorry. Congrats, Ashton.
Congrats.
And you just hit
Narwhal here.
Narwhal's here.
My bank isn't liking me for this. I was gonna say. They're like, hey, what's going on over there? Cinderella LE 250 ballerina 300. We're gonna run that at 270.
Great. There we go.
I love this.
The one that didn't get bid on earlier, they actually came into the show
Mhm.
at some point and we did run it.
The
So they got their
Merida.
pin, yeah.
Yeah, the Merida got pulled from that same series. Congratulations, Samantha. From that same series, it was Mulan with Mushu, and Ka and Cricky. They're all there, and that's 475. That's a beautiful pin. This is Con. I'm surprised, Julie, that nobody pulled this.
With two pins in it.
Two pins. They're LE 350, and people ask us all the time for cars.
Yeah.
And this is like Graily Grail cars, and nobody asked for that to be pulled.
Nice.
Those ones also.
Is that a miniature trombone you have?
That's if somebody pulls it.
Yeah.
These are not going to ever get dollars started because these will go to a pin event.
You're good, Samantha. Everything went through.
I mean, we can run them and see what happens. 108 is what
Either one.
this one would be. 108.
Right, one.
You're getting a Light Man Queen, and they're both LE 350s.
You do have 30 seconds to get in on that giveaway that I have up for you guys. Hi, Fancy. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Tweet me woo.
Congratulations.
Just hit fragments here.
And then these ones, this Japan pin is gigantic. That'd be 108 also. They're interested in it. If they're interested.
Pink Pony Clubs on.
Fins and Pins was saying, this might need to be my next grail.
Hers?
Yeah.
Aw.
She's saying that might need to be my next grail.
Congrats, Jess Goblin. You got the giveaway.
Sweet congratulations on that one. Yeah, this is Disney shopping in the original bag, on the original card, matching SKUs, limited edition of 250. It's a stained glass Ariel, and it's 200 bucks. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Don't let people see it. The Ariel collectors don't need to see it. And then there's like something like this. This was the only one of the happily ever after pins that didn't get pulled with Simba and Nala, and then all the Lion King characters. That was 55. So just showing a couple of things. Julie's just singing Pink Pony Club over here. Everything's going good. I think that's it, babe. The only other ones I'll show these really.
I saw the Ariel pin. Avert your eyes, listeners.
I'll show these really quickly because these were LE 250s and they're only 35 bucks. I don't think people knew what they were, but they're Princess Love. They were from Love is an Adventure series. So there's Cinderella, Ariel's 50.
Run those.
So those are just ones that are hinge pins, and like usually a show and sell is when they usually do best. We'll run them all because they're actually all at a good price. 35. So Cinderella is gonna be 31.
Okay. There she goes. We will.
No,
Give a thumbs up.
Janoski.
Congrats, Dumbo lover.
And then next we'll put Ariel up there. She's 45 as a start. Do you have
Is that
Tiana?
what we're starting at?
45 is what we're starting at. I don't have Tiana in that. I have. Do you guys want to see a Graily Grail Tiana?
I also have grails in the bin.
Yes,
Yeah.
of Tiana. There's grails in the bin of Tiana.
Yes.
Oh God, sure.
Janoski.
Tiana Reflections.
Janoski hits you.
Oh. What tier?
The fragments here.
Yeah, it's a $600 pin. The Reflections pins. Is she this
She's
one?
in the bin.
This one?
Yeah.
This exact pin?
This exact pin is in the bin.
They're gorgeous. Well, let's finish up with these guys. So, Snow White limited edition of 250, 31 bucks for that one.
There we go.
And then like I had the dash pin earlier. Nobody pulled
Yes.
the other three. Yeah, the
Flower
WDI Flower
Girls are
Girls.
in the bin. So if you
Mhm.
guys missed that, that was what I added to the bin. this morning.
Yeah, Graily Grail
Otherwise,
Flower Girls are just chilling in the bin.
yep.
Aladdin LE 250. That's gonna be 36 bucks.
I put the flower girls in the bin because we did run them in the show the other day, or they were there to be run. Nobody chose them. But if you want to do a payment plan, you can do a payment plan on them when they're in the buy it
Hmm.
now section.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. Kino Nick Disney Dork, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guide pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Yeah, so we ran Dash earlier. These are gigantic, heavy pins, almost like mini jumbos. So there is, can you run the Simba now open? I definitely can. I'll just show these really quick. Violet's 60, so she would be a $54 star. And these are all LE 300s. So there's only 300 of these, and these are WDIs. LE 300, Miss Elastigirl would be 54. Syndrome is 65, so he would be a seven $58 start, and Mr. Incredible would be a $58 start. Yeah, they're super duper heavy. Like they're heavy duty pins. So Simbanala, this is gonna be 49 bucks.
Hey, there it goes.
And I'm just literally looking through the last little bits of kind of what I had showing over here. We had this pin. We'll do a dollar start on this one.
Lawayne, congrats. Any
Congratulations.
ideas on what will drop Tuesday?
I'm not sure. So we had the party cat earlier, Julie, with Marie. So I figure we might as well have another party cat.
Party cat.
Party cat, excellent. $1 start.
Here's the
Shanghai exclusive.
They are really cute. And you run those incredible pins.
I can run the incredible pins. So I showed them. They're really cool pins. And just
Congrats, Elisa.
congratulations, Mr. Incredible. So he's 65. He's going to be 58 on Mr. Incredible.
58.
But the all that's left over here, and I'll just say this: there's a couple of oddball ones. The two paint jars. There's a frozen film strip over here. That's an LE 250 WDI frozen film strip. Congratulations, G Willie. Syndrome next. He's going to be 58 also. Yeah, that it was Lucifer for the party cat. He was cute. I have a Russell up pin that's a WDI. That's a limited edition of 3,000 or 300. And then I'm going to show the Shanghai ones. We sold the Beauty and the Beast earlier, but we didn't sell these other ones. So I'm going to show these ones too. $15 credit just automatically gets taken off as long as you used our link to set up your account and you didn't have an account previously. So 300, and that is going to be 54 bucks. How you doing?
Good.
Julie's like, you can stop selling now. It's-
Those are heavy. Holy cow.
I told you.
Ooh, gee, Willie.
Unlocking Narwhal.
Make sure you click up on the top so you can get $5 off.
And then Elastigirl, 54 bucks. Boards next. No. Chili's next.
Boards on Tuesday.
Boards on Tuesday. Yeah, we're doing dollar start boards on Tuesday.
Boards Tuesday.
Yeah, the dollar start boards on Tuesday are kind of crazy. Gee Willie, congratulations. Do you want do you want to see the Figment Grail that nobody picked?
Yes.
Nobody selected him. He's so pretty, but he is $250. He is gorgeous. Ellie of 600. Mystic Manor, Ellie 600, that's $100. Zootopia, Shanghai Disney. This is but this is all, these are all from Hong Kong. That's 150 LE 600. And the Yeti from Disneyland, limited edition of 600. He's 60 bucks. So just so you guys know. But I think that's it.
you were talking about the other pins, why don't you
Oh,
show them really
show it.
fast? Because you're right there.
Yeah, this series is gorgeous. They did a really good job on that series. Um, then we sold Gaston earlier. I'll just do rapid fire, just kind of show. So we sold Gaston earlier. We got Frollo. Hades is amazing.
He's so funny.
Hades is my favorite on that.
Yes.
Evil Queen, Queen of Hearts, Jafar, and Cruella. And those, like I said, 10% off on
Yeah,
those.
they're really cute.
Reflections, we had a whole bunch of reflections. I'll show rapid fire. We have Sisu reflections. We have Tiana. We have Ariel, Naveen. These guys. So Cinderella, Elsa, Tiana, Snow White, Moana, and Rapunzel. And that's literally, besides the stamps. So I'll show the stamps. We've got Randall, Russell, Socks, Socks the cat,
Socks the cat. What series were those villains?
and May May.
Chibi, right?
Chibi, I think they call them Chibi villains. These are WDI, so Walt Disney Imagineering. My only complaint about these, I wish they would have just put them on the regular Walt Disney Imagineering cards, because I will say this, it looks like Pink a la Mode.
It does.
Like this kind of looks like a Pink a la Mode series, but it's not a Pink a la Mode. It's WDI. So, and literally that's, besides what I just showed, there's like a handful of things. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, babe.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. So Tuesday, 6 p.m., $1 starts.
Everything. Everything.
So that'll be fun. Bring the excitement, bring the
Bring
energy,
bring the questions.
bring the questions. Yeah.
We'll have a little bit to talk about because that's new release day, so we'll
Yeah.
see what it was. Hopefully we didn't burn the group to the ground
Yeah.
during the middle of the
Tuesdays
day.
are fun.
Tuesdays are always
Yeah,
fun.
but we'll see you guys Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And thanks for sharing your day with us.
Bye guys, have a great night.
We'll see you Tuesday.